beautiful day for baseball here in Bowling Green, Ohio, as Bowling Green look to avenge a 2-game losing streak as they take on the Butler Bulldogs right here at Stellar Field. I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by my broadcast partner, Caden Knapp. And Caden, this Bowling Green team is one that was one of the favorites to win the MAC this past offseason, and now they sit at 4th in the conference standings. They have a 17-10 record. They have lost 5 series now. They just lost one to the Toledo Rockets, and they are 4 games behind 3rd place. They are behind the Miami of Ohio Redhawks, who sit at 18-6 in the conference.
Yeah, and the thing with baseball is it's a game where you're either playing really good and you're in the groove of things, or it's not going well and you're feeling down in the dumps. Right now, the Falcons have clinched a spot in the Mid-American Conference Tournament. That's the good news. They have a 5-game break from conference play, and they need to use this to kind of get the ball rolling in a positive way.
Yeah, and kind of going on top of that as well, there is also a lot that happens inside a roster during a baseball season. The number one thing that we're seeing right now for Bowling Green is also injuries. Right now, DJ Newman, their star two-way player, he's out currently. Sam Seidel, who has started a majority of the year, he's not playing. We saw TJ Tackett's go down in the Toledo Fifth Third Field game just on Friday. He's now not playing currently. Brady Birchmeyer hasn't been in the lineup. Gunnar Antillion not in the lineup. We haven't seen any of Nick Good either. There has just been a lot of players banged up. And Bowling Green, they've really just found a way to overcome that. Despite all of those losses that I just said you could practically fill a starting lineup with, they've added a couple different guys. You've got Carter Motice, the true freshman coming in. Braden Curlis, another one. You got that Larry Moe and Curly combo that have been all solid throughout the season. But they're broken up today. They're going to be spaced out in the lineup a little bit with Motice at second and Laird at 6, with Curlis coming right in front of him at 5. We'll talk about that in just a second. But what is the key for Bowling Green to do in this game regarding the injuries and, overcoming that tough hurdle to get a hard-fought game against the Butler Bulldogs?
I think they're going to want to put out a great pitching performance, because that is kind of what helped plague them against Toledo. That and the errors, the 7 errors during the doubleheader. So they're going to need to play good defense and pitch really well. And it kind of shows you, we can pitch really well, and, we can play defense again. And, again, kind of helps you into that Notre Dame series.
Yeah, that Notre Dame series, that's coming up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That'll be a fun one. We'll have, I don't know about the call on Friday, but we will for sure have a call Saturday at Notre Dame and then Sunday right here at Stellar. But before we get into that, let's go into the past a little bit. So this past weekend, Bowling Green baseball took on the Toledo Rockets, and in Game 1, the Falcons had control almost the entire time, despite, like we mentioned earlier, losing TJ Tackett's early on in that contest. They end up winning 8-3. And that series would really turn into the battle of the eights as Bowling Green take the first one. Jacob Turner, with a very strong performance, got his career high in innings pitched and strikeouts. And Bowling Green just really had a handle on it. Zach Horkey, 5 RBIs. Next day, though, they played a doubleheader at Toledo, and the Rockets managed to put up 8 back-to-back. They beat the Falcons in Game 2, 8-3. Even despite having the Falcons score first off a Braden Curlis single that scored Horkey, they couldn't get much done. That was one of only 3 runs they got that day. And then following that, just a 1-run performance from the Falcons, again against the Rockets later in the day, losing 8-1.
Yeah, and I think that the extra day of rest that they got yesterday because of the weather is going to, help them, because it allows them to sit together and, kind of reflect and look at the future games. A little more time to do that, at least.
And this has been a game that you don't necessarily circle with a couple of the other games on the schedule, like you mentioned, the Notre Dames and obviously the conference games, but we've seen from Coach Halleck, got to try out different things, try and figure out what works best for this roster. You've got a very strong dugout, very strong bullpen. Got to figure out what guys go where. And we have a pretty shaken up starting lineup for Bowling Green today, but starting off for Butler, it's going to be starting up at the 1 spot. You've got designated hitter A.J. Solomon. The 2 hitter is going to be Ryan Drum. 3 hitter Jack Maroknik. In cleanup, it's going to be Danny Barbero, the second baseman. In the 5 slot, it's going to be Connor Sackett, the first baseman. 6 slot is Keegan Connors in left field. Logan Kroc is in the 7 hole at shortstop. Ian Che, third baseman in the 8 hole as number 8 also. And then rounding out Butler is Gunnar Duncan, the catcher, in the 9 hole. Then for Bowling Green, the starting lineup is as follows. Get ready. We've got a couple interesting names here. So starting off, before we even get to that, a couple players that we know won't be playing here today. TJ Tackett's, DJ Newman, Sam Seidel, Brady Birchmeyer, Gunnar Antillian, a couple big mainstays in this lineup. So starting off for Bowling Green, batting leadoff is in left field is Garrett Wright, the primary catcher for Bowling Green. Carter Motice is in the 2 hole at center field. Gavin Gannon in the 3 slot at first base. Zach Horkey is in right field batting cleanup. Braden Curlis at second base is 5. Alex Laird in the 6 hole at shortstop. Cooper McKenzie is in at catching, relieving right a little bit in the 7 hole. Brock Amelung is going to see time today as the designated hitter, number 8, in the lineup. And then batting bottom of the lineup is Garrett Sloan at third base.
Yeah, definitely interesting lineup. But, as Halleck has told us in multiple post games now, it's next man up mentality, and they're going to be ready to play today, obviously.
That's what you would hope if you're a Falcons fan. And you look at this Butler team, if we do a little bit of a dive into them, they are right towards the bottom of the conference. They sit in the Big East Conference with teams like Marquette, Creighton, St. John's. Caden, you're our women's basketball beat. Very basketball forward, the Big East is. But in that conference, they are 3-12 with a 14-33 overall record, so not the best record in the world. When they are away, they are 10-25 and just 4-8 at home. They are on an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's been really rough goings for them. I mean, they're just coming off of a sweep against Big East rival Creighton, and they're just trying to really get things going in a positive direction, at least towards the end of the season. I mean, at this point, if you're a coach, you're just digging a little bit deeper into your bench, trying to see what you have for the future.
And this is also just one of the games where we've seen Coach Kyle Halleck try out new things. We saw earlier in the season the 3 catchers rocking out for Bowling Green. And now we're going to see that again with Garrett Wright in left field, like I mentioned before. You've got Cooper McKenzie actually catching and Zach Horkey in right field. Those are 3 primary catcher positions. But we've seen they can move around. Everybody on this Bowling Green starting lineup can really fit in wherever they're needed. Gavin Gannon has proven to be a very good first baseman for the Orange and Brown, coming in for Brady Birchmeyer. In a perfect world, if Coach Kyle Halleck got to restructure the lineup without injuries, I'm sure we'd see Gannon maybe in more of a designated hitter position, but his fielding has been very solid. Brock Amelung, if this is one of your first times or you just haven't heard that name in a while, for Bowling Green, he is a sophomore. He plays outfield, also is listed on the website as a right-handed pitcher from Olentangy Liberty High School. He's a Powell, Ohio native. Bats righty, hits righty. He's seen time in some games, has only started 2 so far this season besides this one. He started against Michigan. We've seen him plugged in a little bit, but it'll be interesting. His stats so far this season consists of 2 runs off of just a singular hit with 3 RBIs and a double, and he's been walked once. We're just a couple minutes out here from first pitch right here at Stellar Field. And the officials for today's game, the home plate umpire is Jason Smith. At first base, it's Chad Logan. In third base, Bryce McCullough. So you've said it a little bit, Caden, about what Bowling Green needs to do. Just go out there, get loose. They've had some rest. They've had some time. But if you're Butler, what do you do to try and win this game and snap that 8-game losing streak?
Well, their pitching, first and foremost, has been a huge problem this year. Jack Griffiths is their starting pitcher. We'll talk a little bit more about him, but his ERA is over 15, so he's going to obviously need to get that down today. But offensively, they have 1 to 2 players that have been playing really good in Ryan Drum and Jack Moroknik. But outside of that, there just hasn't been much offensive production. And Chaz, you cover baseball. You know that you need to have 6, 7 of your players at least in your lineup perform really well offensively. It can't just be 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it kind of circles back to, team sport. A team sport, you can't just rely on one player to do all of that. And Butler is a team that struggles. You look through their ERAs a little bit. The highest ERA on the team, Connor Sackett, and then A.J. Solomon. And then besides that, Jack Moroknik. But besides that, that is a big drop in batting average. This is a team, like we mentioned, towards the bottom of the Big East. Bowling Green right around the top. The Falcons actually, on Friday, clinched a spot in the MAC tournament. Not necessarily on Friday, but their last win was the thing to really tip them over the edge there. So they are heading to their conference tournament. Big news there. And Butler, it's not looking great for them in the standings, like we mentioned. They are 3-12. Just got to get those wins where you can get them. As Bowling Green sport their brown tops with the orange pants and the brown caps, as we are just seconds away from starting the game here at Stellar Field in Bowling Green, Ohio. I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp, and we're going to take a quick break for a national anthem. When we get back, first pitch and even more action right here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU Baseball starts a 3-game series against Northern Illinois on Thursday, May 15th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Chaz McNeil will call the game starting at 2:45 on Falcon Radio.
Hey, I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer, and you are listening to a presentation of the Falcon Media Sports Network on Falcon Radio. For Falcons, by Falcons.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
Hi, this is Christina Ricci with RAIN. Every 2 minutes, another American is sexually assaulted. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, you are not alone. Help is just a call or click away through the National Sexual Assault Hotline. Please call 1-800-656-HOPE, that's HOPE, or visit rain.org, that's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by Rain and this station.
Back here at Stellar Field, Chaz McNeil joined by Caden Knapp, and the orange and brown defense is out there for Bowling Green, top of the first, as we are just moments away from first pitch right here at Stellar Field. And now, one more reminder of your starting lineups for Bowling Green. At left field, it's Garrett Wright. Center, it's Carter Motice. And at right, Zach Horkey. Moving into the infield, first base, Gavin Gannon. Second base, Braden Curlis. At shortstop, it's Alex Laird. And at third base, Garrett Sloan, with your battery today being Cooper McKenzie, the catcher, and Luke Kraus starting on the bump for Bowling Green. Kraus, 5.40 ERA, 2-1 win-loss decisions, 39 hits allowed for 29 runs. He's got 11 walks to 19 strikeouts and allows a .364 batting average to opponents.
Yeah, definitely going to try and put some things in the zone, get movement on the baseball, and just keep Butler down. Beautiful day for baseball, Chaz.
I was actually just going to get there, Caden. 71 degrees here in Bowling Green. Mostly cloudy, it says on the forecast, but I mean, I see blue skies all around us here. I don't know. The clouds are just nice and puffy, broken up. It almost looks like This might be a little bit of a throwback, but the bedroom in Toy Story looks almost just like that with the clouds and the blue sky. It's 59% humidity as we will have A.J. Solomon step into the box for the Bulldogs. First pitch by Luke Krause is swung on by Solomon. That is going to be adjusted on, and Solomon will safely reach first base. Swinging on the first pitch you see, Zach Horkey brought that one in to limit it to a single, but the action started early here for Butler here, Caden.
Man, Solomon wasted absolutely no time. He knew exactly what he wanted, got that pitch, and all of a sudden there's a run on first. Does exactly what a leadoff man needs to do.
Exactly, that's what I was just about to say. That's what you want a leadoff guy to do, is just get on base, help the other batters move you home. As next up is Ryan Drum, the sophomore, 287 average. First pitch by Krause is right down the middle for a strike, as Solomon not taking a very big lead here on first base, just settling in. This one will be swung on by Drum. That one will carry over in between Mo Tyson right. We have a rounded base here by Solomon going to third, making his way home, and the steal attempt as we will get an out here. Drum might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew, trying to get to third base, and the throw in by Mo Tice was plenty of time to Garrett Sloan for out number one, but Bulldogs draw first blood.
Yeah, and I mean, back-to-back line drives. That one just went a little further. But had Drum stayed on second, obviously he would have gotten there. But I don't like the idea of going to third there because the ball was hit on the left side of the field, so the throw wasn't as far for Bowling Green.
Back-to-back quick contacts here by Butler. This one by Krause is a little bit on the outside, but will hit the strike zone on Jack Maroknik. The 383 batting average, absolute monster of a batter, 72 hits for 49 runs, as Krause leaves that one a little bit outside for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, and to add Drum taking off for third is if he would have...
Big swing and a miss there by Maroknik.
If he would have stayed at second, you know, you have Maroknik who has 5 runs batted in this last week.
An absolute slugger is Jack Maroknik. 707 slugging percentage. Saw that one down as Krause puts that ball in the dirt for a 2-2 count. Jack Krause, higher strikeout to walk ratio, what you'd expect in a starting pitcher. This one swung on by Maroknik, adjusting in for it, is a slipping throw to Ganun. That was Braden Curtis on that one. And that will, actually no, that was working all the way over. That was Garrett Sloan fielding that one from third base. They tried to block up Maroknik, couldn't get the throw to Ganun. It was off target, but you only limit Maroknik to first base, but that will be an error by Sloan.
Yeah, I get the idea with the shift there, just couldn't get the execution down.
And this one popped up high, didn't even get to say his name, Danny Barbero, and that ball is gone. 2-run home run by Danny Barbero, and Butler punching the Falcons in the mouth. We are not even 3 minutes into this ball game, and it is a 3-0 lead for the Bulldogs.
Well, I kind of had a feeling today before I came here, just feeling the weather, that this is going to be a hitter's day, and Butler definitely showing that. A lot of good contact, and that ball just, you almost knew it was gone instantly, and it just kept carrying.
So we've got 3 hits already today, and we're on better 5. That is Connor Sackett. As Connor Sackett will look in a strike number 1. The delivery by Krause, swung on by Sackett, low and in the dirt, strike number 2, so it's a 2-0 count, or 0-2 count, excuse me, with 2 outs. So one could end the nightmare inning for Bowling Green. No, just a bit outside by Luke Krause. Great job by McKenzie keeping that one bottled up. Nobody on. Top of the first here with 2 outs. Krause again a bit too low and outside. And swing and a miss by Sackett. Sends up another batter, only one out. There's a bit of an error on the scoreboard, so it wasn't 2 outs there. This will be the third batter.
The left fielder, Keegan Connors.
Keegan Connors up now. Connors on the season, a 200 batting average. Only started 2 games so far this season for the Bulldogs as he starts on an advantageous 1-0 count on the off delivery by Kraus. This one will find its way to the zone. A fastball right down Main Street for a 1-1 count with 2 outs now. And that delivery, another fastball, a bit low there, as ruled by home plate umpire Jason Smith. 2-1 count. Kraus is pitched there again, a bit outside. It's a 3-1 count now. 3-0 lead for the Bulldogs. This one will find its way into the zone. You had Connors thinking that was going to be ball number 4 through his bat, but he's going to have to do it again on a full count.
Yeah, he just took off a little too early, and if it's close, more times than not, umpires are going to call that a strike if you start taking off before they make the call.
The full delivery will go a bit low, so now Connors will settle on in at first base, which brings up Logan Kroc, the shortstop freshman, with a 145 batting average. He started 16 games, appeared in 36, and he's got 8 hits for 16 runs, 2 doubles, and 5 ribbies. And we have a bunt shown and taken. The throw by Kraus to first. Diving attempt by Ganun. And we are going to get some movement on the base paths here, as we will see Connors and Kroc move to third and second respectfully on the error on the throw.
Yeah, that was one of those where Kroc had pretty much already gotten to first base by the time the ball was thrown. So that was one of those you kind of got to hold on to it and just cut your losses and allow runners to be at first and second at that point. But the throw just a little errant there, and that's why the runners were able to advance.
Now we're going to have a players-only meeting on the mound, as Kroc will be ruled a single to third base, but his advancement to second will be an error, so that will go in the scorebooks as a single with an error on the throw.
The third baseman, Ian Che.
By Luke Kraus. He had that error, throwing it a bit too high for Gavin Ganun on first. Next up is Ian Che, the junior with a 177 average. He's going to sky that ball high and back. Adjusting under it is Garrett Wright, and he gets a glove on it. That'll be the third out of the inning, but not before the Butler Bulldogs take a dominant 3-0 lead here. End of the first inning. End of the top of the first. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU Baseball returns home to host Notre Dame at Stellar Field on Sunday, May 11th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil will call the game beginning at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU Student Media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Chaz McNeil joined by Caden Knapp, and Butler dominating the Falcons here early off of 3 singles and then a ground out RBI error, whatever you want to call it, and then a 2 RBI home run. Absolute dominance here by Butler, but Bowling Green haven't even gotten to stand above home plate yet is the first batter of the top of the bottom of the first here. This is Garrett Wright, Bowling Green's do-it-all guy, 423 batting average, sophomore, primarily plays catcher, MAC freshman of the year, 679 slugging percentage, 530 on base. There's just so much that this player does, Caden.
Yeah, he's an all-around guy, and it's been a lot of fun to watch him throughout this season.
And he is going to be squaring off against Jack Griffiths, the right-hand pitching freshman. First pitch, swing and a miss by Garrett Wright. That one weaned its way on the inside. Wasn't able to get a good look at it, and that will go as strike number 1. Griffiths 0-4 this season, as this one laces in for strike number 2, dropping down into the zone after being released high. So a tough 0-2 count now for Garrett Wright. This pitch by Griffiths on the outside.
All three of those pitches in relatively the same area.
And just again in the exact same spot. Great job by Duncan, the catcher, able to keep that one from going behind him. Nobody on, so it wouldn't really mean much, but still. This one high, and that hits. It looked like it went off the shoulder on the swing, but glanced off the bat there for a foul ball, so we'll do it again.
Yeah, that had some nasty movement at the end there to get right to swing at it.
And this one swung on foul. And yet again, we're going to just do it one more time. 2 strikes for the sophomore. So it's a 2-2 count. Right swing on this one, flies that one behind our heads here in the press box. And Garrett Wright refusing to get down here as the leadoff batter for the Orange and Brown.
Yeah, and these are the most frustrating at-bats as a pitcher because you just want to set them down and they keep fouling it off. And the likelihood of Garrett Wright getting a pitch that he wants and is able to put in play goes up.
One of the highest batting averages in the MAC, and a swing and a miss there by Garrett Wright as one man up, and Jack Griffiths already has a strikeout.
Yeah, that was a really good curve at the end, full right. It looked like it was just going to sneak over the near edge of the plate. Instead, it went far, and he missed it.
Next up, Carter Motice for Bowling Green. One of the biggest surprises this season as a true freshman. He's going to swing on this first pitch he sees, grounded over to Che, and the throw will get him out.
Yeah, offline on the throw, but it was close enough so that you had the tag there.
And just like that, a quick 1-2 for Bowling Green. Not a whole lot of action. We're only 13 minutes into this game. It's already 3-0. Bowling Green's down to their final batter of the inning in Gavin Gannon. Gannon is a very strong batter. Coach Kyle Halleck has said that he's one of the strongest batters on the team, 279 average. Played in 40 games with 36. Griffiths laces one in for strike number 1. He is on fire to start this game, Caden.
Yes, he is, and I mean, this is the type of start so far at least that he's needed all season.
This one drifting down and outside for ball number 1, so it's a 1-1 count.
I mean, as a freshman, obviously you have your ups and your downs.
The delivery here by Griffiths, unable to hit on that one. Just was about a hair width away from kissing the outside corner. Swing and fouling back is Gavin Gannon. That was an all or nothing swing there. He gets a chunk of it, but not enough to send it flying as we've now reached 2-2 on the count.
Yeah, I mean, he had a favorable count at the time, so it's like, why not take a big hack at it?
Gavin Gannon, one of the players towards the top of the MAC in strikeouts, seeing if he can survive here, and a swing and a miss sends him packing as Bowling Green continue to find themselves in a deficit here, and they give the offensive opportunity back to the Butler Bulldogs as we're about to head to the top of the second here at Stellar Field. You are listening to Chaz McNeil and Caden Knapp on Falcon Radio.
Falcon Baseball continues on Friday, May 16th with an afternoon matchup against Northern Illinois. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil will be behind the mics starting at 12:45 p.m. for pregame on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Back here at Stellar Field, I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. And Caden, it's Park in the Park here at Stellar Field, but we are doing some calculations. What do you say, like maybe 5 or 6 dogs?
Yeah, I'm thinking that there's probably going to be more throughout the game, but yeah, I thought there would have been more dogs earlier at least.
And, you know, it is kind of funny because it is a perfect day to bring your dog out to the ballpark. Not too hot. It is a little warm. As the Bulldogs have definitely shown that today is their day, shooting out to a 3-0 lead and bringing up for them Gunnar Duncan, their catcher. He's a freshman, as he looks down a ball. This one will find its way inside on the fastball for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, safe to say. Complete opposite of yesterday, the second time the game got rescheduled between these two.
Duncan thought about that one, but it was a bit outside as Luke Kraus still struggling to really get in the zone there. He's given up 1 walk so far today and 1 strikeout. We got another ball here on the check swing. He didn't go around. No appeal. So now with the 3-1 count, this will be swung on and fouled behind us. So it's full here as Gunnar Duncan struggling to stay ahead of the count. He's now left it full after an advantageous start. The delivery by Kraus on the outside, and that'll be walk number 2 today. And a very tough start to the day. We've already had 1 mound meeting. Now McKenzie having a word with his pitcher.
Yeah, and we have stretching down in the Falcons bullpen as well. I can't catch the number there, but there was no one over there in the first inning. And now we have some people sitting over and stretching.
Just like that, we're already back at the top of the lineup. Showing bunt is Solomon. He had a single in his last appearance. Only needed 1 pitch to decide to swing. It was a good one. That one, by my calculations, happened just 17 minutes ago. Showing bunt again, pulls away last second, but that will go in the books as a strike.
Yeah, 1-1 now, they count. And I think this inning is going to be very telling on how far Kraus goes in this contest.
No more bunt shown by Solomon, and he eyes in a ball on the far outside to the left, as he is a lefty batter. Delivery by Kraus. That one skied high and back. Trying to go after it is the combination of Mo Tice. He makes the snag, and that is out number 1 as Solomon unable to steal and get his way to second base. That's a quick out for the Falcons there.
Yeah, the outfielders on both sides probably going to be working their legs a lot today. We're going to have a lot of fly balls.
Very windy here usually in Bowling Green. Not the strongest winds here today.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by the lack of wind that we've had so far.
Ryan Drum now up to bat for the Bulldogs. Runner on first base in the form of Duncan. Delivery by Kraus right down Main Street for strike number 1 on the fastball. Taking his time, down to 10 seconds on the pitch clock. Eyeing down Drum. He decides to deliver. Swing and a miss there. That's a big one by Drum. Puts him at an 0-2 count here. Bowling Green trying to get through this inning and get their offense back out there to meet the 3-0 lead of Butler. And that one will be skied over on the other side. Adjusting under it, going foul is Horkey, and he makes the grab. What a great grab there by Zach Horkey. Adjust all the way to the right foul line, had to get past it, and made a one-handed catch for out number 2.
Yeah, he really had to leg that out to track that one down. And, Chaz, I don't know if you noticed this, but because Kraus is a lefty, the Butler base runners, at least at first base, have not been taking too big of leads. I know you mentioned it at the beginning of the game with Solomon, but because, the pickoff throw was relatively easier than if he was a righty.
Cade Arden in the bullpen for the Orange and Brown. Runner on first in the form of Drum. Not a big lead. Kraus staring him down. That one's going to be swung on and fielded there by Curlis. The throw to Ganun on time. And just like that, we had a walk and then another quick 1-2-3 fly out, ground out for the Bulldogs. Bowling Green's defense does enough, but can their offense match the punch of Butler? We'll find out when we have the bottom of the second here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio.
BG Baseball plays the Butler Bulldogs at Stellar Field on Tuesday, May 6th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil and Holden Ruck beginning at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for the first pitch on Falcon Radio.
I always had to be so good no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling. The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Back here at Stellar Field, I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. Still 3-0 here as Bowling Green look to overcome a 3-0 deficit here early. It's the bottom of the second. At the bottom of the first, the Falcons went 1-2-3 down, going up against Jack Griffiths, who, despite having a 15.43 ERA, has had a strong start here. Up next is Zach Horkey. Had one of the best games of his career just under a week ago at Fifth Third Field on Friday. 5 RBI day for the catcher, who currently is in right field. Well, currently he's actually above home plate as he looks down strike number 1, low right above the knees there by Griffiths. Fielding for the Bulldogs as we have a hard shot there, but that is adjusting to snag is Drum in center field. As I was saying, defensive positioning for the Bulldogs, you've got Ryan Drum at center field, who just got that line drive. Jack Maroknik at right field, and at left field, Keegan Connors. In the infield, Connor Sackett at first base, Danny Barbero at second, Ian Shea at third base, and at shortstop, Logan Kroc with the battery of Duncan and Griffiths on the mound. First pitch, big swing and a miss there by Braden Curlis. Braden Curlis on the season, just a freshman, 250 batting average. 23 hits for 16 runs. He's going to start here in the count 0-2 with an out already on the board. This is turning into a quick one currently. that ball a bit high for ball number 1.
Yeah, and when you're ahead in the count as a pitcher 0-2, it's good to put a bait pitch there and try and get a swing and a miss.
And that one didn't even get a swing as Curlis goes down looking one right down Broadway to send up Alex Laird. So now we've officially seen Larry, Moe, and Curly, even though they're broken up a little bit in this lineup.
The shortstop, Alex Laird.
Alex Laird so far this season sits at a .268 batting average, 13 runs on 19 hits, a double, a triple, 2 doubles, a triple, and a homer with a .366 slugging. Starting off 0-1 in the count, this one low and in the dirt for ball 1, so it's 1-1 here. Nobody on, 2 outs.
And Griffiths has now tied his career high for strikeouts in the game.
Absolutely unreal here. Caden, that one skied high and left, and it looks like that one's going to make its way left, unplayable. Going for it was Che, but he was unable to get there. So now we'll do it again at 1-2. 2 outs. Alex Laird, redshirt freshman, was the primary 9-hole hitter for a little bit this season, but now he's moved up a bit. Garrett Sloan today is in the 9-hole. And a big swing and a miss there to send Laird packing back-to-back strikeouts and back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Griffiths. When we come back, we'll have the top of the third and the introduction of our trivia question right here on Falcon Radio. Don't miss it, and don't go anywhere.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcast on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
Falcon Baseball stays in South Bend to battle Notre Dame on Saturday, May 10th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 1:45 for pregame and 2 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Welcome back here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green back on defense as the Butler Bulldog offense is looking to add to their score. It's 3-0 here as we have the introduction of our trivia question. This one, I'm going to do a style a little bit different to what Tyler does. I'm not going to have multiple choice here.
Uh-oh.
But it's a very easy question. Who is the first team to ever win the World Series?
Oh, man.
You have to get the actual team.
That's difficult, for me at least.
As we will start with Luke Krause battling against Barbero here.
Does Reese back in the studio know?
If it's too bad, I can come up with options.
Huh. Is it a current MLB team?
They are current, but their name no longer exists. Is this one will be swung on by Barbero, grounded down and low, fielded by Curlis, throw to Ganun is good. That will go as a ground out on Barbero, who had a home run in his last at-bat, out number 1, top of the third. You want me to make it easier?
I think so.
Okay. We'll go Baltimore, New York, Boston, or Los Angeles.
Whew. At first I'm thinking Los Angeles or Boston. But
That one's threaded inside for strike number 1.
New York or Los Angeles, my bad. Those are the two I think I'm between at the moment.
That one's going to be hit hard and skied. Zach Horkey adjusting to it, making the grab on the pitch, and that will go as out number 2 here. So now Luke Kraus looking to build his own 1-2-3 after watching Griffiths. And that is going to bring up Keegan Connors with a 200 batting average. Also, Reese Patrikis, our board operator in the Cooling Center studios. Apparently, I found this out, he gets a mulligan. So, Reese, you get 2 guesses. What are you thinking? All right. So, Reese didn't, you couldn't hear, but we could. He's leaning towards the Dodgers. And now we're going to get some time called here on the at-bat of Keegan Connors. In his last at-bat, he was walked. This would be huge for Bowling Green if they're able to go 1-2-3 here, top of the 3rd.
Yeah, it'd be back-to-back innings that went really well for Bowling Green pitching-wise.
First pitch there will be a strike on the fastball. And that will end the inning on 3 strikeouts. So we will go 1, 2, 3 for the Bulldogs, which will send up Bowling Green. Starting off with Mackenzie. Right when we get back, you are listening to BGSU Baseball on Falcon Radio.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU Athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
BG Baseball heads north up the I-75 to take on the Toledo Rockets on Tuesday, May 13th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil will guide listeners through the action starting at 2:45 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here at Stellar Field, as we have a lot of people upset about our trivia question here, bottom of the 3rd. We also have, at the top of the 4th, we're going to have Today in Baseball history. But you'll have to hang on a little bit for that, as we have Cooper McKenzie up to bat for Bowling Green, unable to get through their entire lineup so far as we are at the bottom of the 3rd. Griffith's still on the bump for Butler as the first pitch is way upstairs for ball number 1.
Yeah, McKenzie didn't even think about swinging at that.
McKenzie will foul that one right for strike number 1. And McKenzie so far this season, 232 batting average, 11 runs off of 19 hits, 2 doubles, 3 homers. 3rd on the team in this lineup, that is, in home runs, as that ball works its way inside for ball number 2. That one will go now as ball number 3, unable to hit the zone there.
Very, very hitter-friendly count now.
McKenzie might have permission to just eye down what he likes. And that one's way outside. So we will get our first base runner of the day in the form of Cooper McKenzie on the walk, which brings up Brock Amelung in his 3rd career start for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and that was the first at-bat of the day pitched by Griffiths that it felt like he wasn't in control.
Amelung, the righty, battling against Griffiths here, runner on first base in the form of McKenzie. That first pitch hits the outside corner, bottom part of the zone for strike number 1. Looking back over is Griffiths on McKenzie. Looking like he's going to opt to just pitch here. Swing and a miss there on the big cut by McKenzie. The count's going to go to 0-2.
Well, best way to respond after pitching 4 balls is back-to-back strikes.
No outs in this inning yet for Bowling Green. That ball way outside. Good job by Duncan bottling that up, making sure it doesn't get to the backstop. So the count now goes to 1-2. Still a very advantageous count for Griffiths. And he will lace that one in right down Main Street for the first strikeout of the inning and his 5th of the day, excuse me. What a day here for Jack Griffiths, Caden.
Yeah, it really has been. I think it's safe to say career day so far. I mean, he's just a freshman. We said earlier that his career high in strikeouts in a single game so far, it was 3. He's up over that now.
Rounding out the Falcon lineup is Garrett Sloan at third base. It's really interesting, Tyler, as we'll have a conversation on the mound between the third baseman, Che, and the pitcher, Griffiths. Could be a pitch comm issue. But we had a little bit of a battle for third base early on in the season between Laird, Sloan, and Curlis. And now we can't even have that issue anymore because they're all playing at different positions. They've all worked their way into this lineup from injuries and solid play all around.
Yeah, they've been needed elsewhere, as he kind of said.
So now,
I mean, that's one way to eliminate a battle for one position.
Yeah, that is true. That pitch will go behind Duncan as we will have McKenzie working his way over to second base on the wild pitch that gets behind Duncan.
And I will say, wild pitches and pass balls have been a big issue for Butler this season.
So we are seeing control issues start to rear their ugly head here for Griffiths. Still no body warming up in the bullpen, as we will see Sloan look this one down for strike number 2. That ball a bit outside there. That will go to ball number 2. So a 2-1 count, so there's only 1 strikeout.
Our scoreboard not showing ball strikes or outs right now. We're working on it.
This one's going to be popped high and way far back. So the count's going to go to 2-2. A runner on second base. So first time Bowling Green has had somebody in scoring position so far today. It would be huge here if the Falcons can trim things up. Big swing and a miss there by Garrett Sloan will send us to Garrett Wright as we've reached the top of the order for the second time today.
Yeah, that was a home run type swing, and it just, the ball was high and you couldn't quite get to it.
Just tough to get contact off of Griffiths today, despite the fact that he has let up 30 hits to 34 runs this season. His first one tries the off speed there, but is unable to get that one low enough and inside enough. So it counts at 1-0. McKenzie making a little bit of distance between himself. A little bit of a golf swing there by Garrett Wright.
Yeah, that was, looked like he was like halfway through the swing. He was like, wait, probably shouldn't have swung at that.
Dancing behind McKenzie is the second baseman, Barbero. That one's going to be fouled by Garrett Wright behind his head and into the netting, scaring a couple of fans in the stands.
And dogs.
And dogs. I mean, that's the thing you got to think about. You bring your dog, you got to watch out. That's something that Bowling Green marketing should do, sell some dog hard hats or something. That one swung on and fouled over to another place where there's dogs hanging out. I mean, this is, quite frankly, this is a dangerous place to bring your dog.
It really is. When the Mud Hens do their Hen and Hounds days, they have like a special location where you can only bring your dog to this place and it's safe from any balls.
Very wide open here at Stellar Field. And then we're going to get a throw here to second base, and the tag will go. So the inning is wrapped up in a 1-2-3. Garrett Wright didn't even get the chance to record an at-bat. So that will be Mackenzie Amelong and Sloan going down with Wright above home plate. So we are going to head to the top of the fourth, what we'll have today in baseball history. When we come back, I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp, and you're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field as the Falcons are still down 3-0 after a base-running mistake by Cooper McKenzie on the throw from Griffiths to Barbero, who's standing over at second base. The threat finally worked, and the Falcons go down 1-2-3. Today, May 7th, if you didn't know, not the most historical day in baseball history. Caden, you're screen peeking at my screen currently. Not many facts here. In 1917, Babe Ruth with the Boston Red Sox allowed only 2 hits as he outpitched Walter Johnson of the Washington Senators 1-0, and then Ruth won the game with a sac fly in the 9th inning to end that one. In 1922, Jesse Barnes of the New York Giants pitched the only no-hitter of the year against the Philadelphia Phillies, with the Giants winning 6-0. In 1925, shortstop for Pittsburgh, Glenn Wright made an unassisted triple play in the 9th inning against the St. Louis Cardinals. As we will get Luke Krause still on the mound for Bowling Green, going up against Logan Kroc, that is, the shortstop, as he fouls one back for strike number 1. Now we're going to get a ball here. In 1957, Cleveland pitcher Herb Score was hit on the right eye by a line drive as the ball by Krause is low off the bat of Gil McDougald in the first inning. The ball broke Score's nose, damaged his eye, and he was out the rest of the season. This one showing bunt. That ball will go foul as we're going to hit at a 2-2 count.
I think I've heard more about unassisted triple plays this season more than I have in my entire life between you and Tyler.
Yeah, that is true. Tyler and I mean, you love a good unassisted triple play. This ball's grounded over, snagged by Curlis, the throw to Gannon, not on time. That's going to go as a single, back-to-back singles now for Kroc, which brings up Ian Che, who flew out in his last appearance. That one way back in the first inning. Could you believe it? 40-ish minutes ago.
Yeah, Kroc really legged that one out. And, I mean, you could tell that they were trying to take their time, the Falcons were, and make sure that was a good throw, just a little too slow on it.
Got a couple more facts here. Crowd of 93,103 came to Los Angeles Coliseum on Ray Campanella night in 1959 to show their affection for the paralyzed Dodger catcher. The Dodgers then lose to the New York Yankees 6-2 in an exhibition game right after the ceremony. That's not a way you want to end that game. With the count being at 1-0 on a ball. Showing bunt is Che. Kroc went to steal, slipped a little bit, but the tag by Gannon was not in time. So Kroc will stay safe at first base with a 2-1 count or 2-0 count, excuse me, on Che. And the final fact of the day, Norm Sherry, a replacement catcher for the LA Dodgers, hit a home run in the 11th inning to give his brother, relief pitcher Larry Sherry, a 3-2 victory over the Philadelphia Phillies. That's probably my favorite one of the day.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
The delivery, again, bunt shown. McKenzie threatens the throw, does not pull it. As the count's at 3-0 on Che.
Now, Chaz, we've looked at Croc's speed so far today. Do you think he's taken off after this pitch?
I mean, with a 3-0 count, I would not be surprised. You do the same thing on the full. That one will go in as a ball. So he is going to advance to second base. So that will be a single for Croc, and then Che gets walked. That's going to be his first base appearance today.
It's not too often you see a batter freeze for a second thinking that there was a strike there. You kind of look back at the umpire and is like, oh, wait, that's a ball? He'll take it, though.
Long time it took Jason Smith, the home plate umpire, to decide that one. Bunt again shown. This time by Duncan, Gunnar Duncan, the catcher. He walked in his last appearance. Just trying to move batters along the base paths with 0 outs here today. This one is going to be grounded, but it's going to leak foul. So we have Croc and Che making their way to third and second respectively, but they're going to, respectively, I should say, but they're going to have to make the trot back to second and first.
Yeah, that was almost a perfect bunt. Would have done its job, definitely. And now you can't bunt because if it goes foul, you're going to be out.
We've seen it before. They're just trying to get some movement. And now we will have bunt shown here by Duncan. Moving on in is Gannon. The bunt's going to be pulled back last second for ball number 1. So it's a 1-2 count now. Going back to a full stance, I want to say, but I can be proven wrong. Yep, he's going straight into bunt formation. This one will be bunted down. It's a good bunt. The throw to Kraus, over to Curlis at first, and they got him. That will be out number 1 on a very solid bunt there by Duncan, and he will advance Croc to third and Che to second.
Yeah, it's not too often you see bunts on 2 strike counts, but that was, like you said, Chad, just a perfect bunt, and I mean, it did exactly the job. And now you have Solomon, who has had a pretty good day today. He's put some good contact on the baseball.
Solomon had a single, and then he flew out. Didn't have enough distance on that fly out, but he does have power as the leadoff guy with a .316 batting average. His slugging's at .397. He's on base a lot of the time at .457, as we will get Luke Kraus delivering a strikeout here. But he's officially in a jam with runners on third and second and only 1 out. This one far outside, sliding out there for ball number 1. So now it sits at 1-1.
Yeah, ball to the middle infield will score unless, of course, it's caught in the air.
Also, a little announcement. I love making Tyler mad, the other baseball beat, as this ball is popped up by Solomon. Fielding over to get it was Sloan, but that ball was hit way too far. I love making Tyler mad, and one thing he doesn't do is spread out his trivia or his facts. I just gave overall history. Haven't given any notable birthdays or deaths just yet. So we'll save that for the bottom of the 4th. Do things a little differently because I love that little text message at 8 p.m. saying, I don't like that you did that. And I hope Tyler's listening. This ball's flied out and left near the Falcon bullpen where there is action on the mound. I believe that is still Arn out there. So the count's now 3-1.
Baseball is a game of ultimate time, so you have all the time to reveal facts and trivia and everything like that.
And it's all love between Tyler and I, too. I mean, great dynamic. Not quite dissimilar to what you and I have going on right now, Caden, with a 2-2 count.
Hey, it's our first time on air this year.
It is. Yeah.
Or, well, ever, I guess, technically.
Well, while you were calling games for basketball, I was throwing T-shirts. We never had time to mash up. And that ball looked like it was right down the middle, probably just a touch low. So now the count goes to 3-2 on Solomon.
I think everyone thought it was a strike here except for the umpire.
Yeah, Bowling Green's fans not happy with Jason Smith, the home plate umpire. Kraus trying to put this one away in the form of Solomon. Solomon's going to call time now. Whole lot of conversation happening here. We had a quick first 3 here, but now this fourth slowing down quite a bit as we're about 10 minutes away from the hour mark. So now Solomon will return, and a swing and a miss will send him packing for the second out of the day.
What a nasty pitch there. I mean, Solomon swung at it, obviously, like you said, and you could tell just based on how he's walking back to the dugout that he knows he should not have. The movement on that pitch was nasty, going from the outside edge of the plate to the opposite batter's box.
Strikeout number 3 of the day for Luke Kraus. Kraus going up against Drum. Drum puts his all into that ball, getting the entirety of the barrel on it, but he fouls that one out and left high. That ball was hard hit.
Yeah, it was.
It would be a massive opportunity here for Bowling Green if they can close this out, but a massively lost one for Butler if they go 3 scoreless. This one flied way out and back. Both Horky and Mo Tice out to get it, and making the grab is Horky. So that will send us to the bottom of the 4th as the Bulldogs leave 2 on and don't score any. They've had 3 scoreless here after a 3-run first. Coming up, we will have the bottom of the 4th right here with some more baseball history. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at Stellar Field, Chas McNeil joined by Caden Knapp. Remaining on the bump for the Bulldogs is Jack Griffiths, who's not let up a score today. He's only allowed 1 base appearance in the form of Cooper McKenzie. We're going to have Garrett Wright up to bat to finish his at-bat that he wasn't able to get through last time. That's always an interesting spot to end up in a baseball game. And now, as promised, we do have a couple interesting births and deaths on May 7th. In 1886, Joe Neal was born. He was the first notable one. You go down here a little bit more. In 1970, Mark Smith. We got Brooke Fordyce back in the 70s as well. Manny Hernandez in 1961. Notable deaths, not really many. We got Dick Kimball in 2001. Bill Coughlin in 1943. Mike McDermott in 47. And Tommy Atkins in 1956. Garrett Wright now above home plate for the Falcons. First pitch too far upstairs for ball number 1. Wright thought about going there. The appeal, he did not. So Jason Smith went to the appeal to Chad Logan at first base, but decided he did not go all the way around on the check swing. This one going to be flied far and back, and that baseball is gone. Garrett Wright with the solo home run to put the Falcons on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. No outs. And Garrett Wright, first hit of the day for any Falcon. First home run of the day and first run all at once by the leadoff batter.
Yeah, my goodness. Just such a smooth swing, and, I mean, everyone just kind of will just watch that ball go out. I mean, it just looks so effortless for him as well.
I mean, yeah, it didn't look like he really thought about that one, just kind of bit into it and sent that ball. So next up we have Carter Motice, who grounded out in his last appearance.
That's a fun way to break up the no-hitter, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a solo home run is always exciting as well. Way more exciting than baseball, this day in baseball history. So we have strike number 1, go right down the middle. Now, I mean, that's a lot for Motice to now try and back up as well. Carter Motice has yet to hit a home run on the season. And they're going to rule that foul-tipped into the glove for the out. Wow. So we'll have a quick out there, a quick first at-bat with the solo home run, then a quick second at-bat, which brings up Gavin Gannon, who struck out in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, that was big for Griffiths because it calms him back down. You know, after allowing the home run, strike out your next batter.
Gavin Gannon settles himself on in here at a 1-0 count. This one high and upstairs again for a 2-0 count. There's arms getting loose, but no throwing happening in the Butler bullpen. We assumably will have a pitching change for the Falcons. Delivery by Griffiths. Gannon thought about it, and they're going to roll that one a strike. That ball just managed to make its way inside and above the knees for strike number 1. Huge swing and a miss there by Gavin Gannon brings the count even at 2-2.
Gannon took a few big swings in his first at-bat like that as well.
That is a characteristic of Gavin Gannon. Now a 3-1 count. One of the older players on the team, a senior. Not only is he a cornerstone to this Falcon team, but he's also one of the best academically. Continually gets academic and athletic honors. But here at a 3-2 count, he's going to have to make something move, and there he will get a ball high and outside for a walk. That one just the second walk of the day for Griffiths.
Yeah, and we'll see if he'll have a mound meeting now that we just had the walk. Looks like we won't, but yeah, I mean, the Falcons making some noise right now and trying to make that noise louder.
Now we have Zach Horkey coming up for the Falcons. This is a face you want to see coming off one of the best games of his career. .330 batting average so far this season, 31 games with 21 starts. He's now at 102 at-bats if this one gets recorded. 33 hits for 20 runs, 9 doubles, no triples, but he does have one long ball. At a 0-1 count, that will now move to 1-1. Griffiths not in jam just yet, but that ball will get past Duncan, and advancing is Gannon. Gannon takes a big lead on second, but he decides to stay there, so we will have an advancement to second base for Gavin Gannon. And now another runner in scoring position for Bowling Green. This one a big one, with the Falcons already getting one run in this inning off the solo shot by Garrett Wright. Zach Horkey now has the opportunity with a pretty hard-hit single to make it 2-3 here.
And now we'll get that mound visit. You know, Chaz, I'm the type of, I've learned the more I'm around baseball, the more I would, like, go out sooner and have mound visits quicker than I've seen most coaches do, just because I like to be out there a lot faster. And I mean, I like the mound visit here because you just had the wild pitch. You have a runner in scoring position, and for the Falcons, I mean, this is the spot you got to take advantage of. Down 2.
Reminder, Falcon fans, the Falcons return to
You are right, Caden. It's more of like a you gotta keep the squeeze on.
Yes.
If you're Butler there in one of the best positions I'd argue to say they've been in all season besides their wins. You're going up against a very strong Bowling Green team. Injuries or not, you're battling them. You absolutely punched them in the mouth to open this game. You know that they have the tendency to come back. You don't want to keep them swinging like they have been. We've only got 1 hit so far today, but it's a big one. And with the Falcons, you get 1, you usually get a bunch following. So I agree with you. I do like this mound visit. Be interesting to see how much longer Griffith's day lasts as he is battling with Zach Horkey here with just 1 out. And the count at 0-0. That one will make it 0-1. 2-2. Count didn't update for me. It's one of those things where you just don't want to second guess yourself on the fly. But yeah, 2-2. This is a big at bat. That one swung on, goes into the glove of Griffiths. It doesn't get a good bounce. Now we have Horkey advancing to first base. That was a hard hit ball, hard one to field if you're Griffiths. Now settling down at third base is Gannon. So now Braden Curlis with 1 out has the opportunity to make the Falcons get in a little bit of business here.
Yeah, I think if Griffiths would have gotten out of the way of that baseball, Kroc would have been right there to field it cleanly and throw it across the diamond and make the play. So that's one of those that he should have kept his glove off of. The Falcons trying to make it hurt, though.
Throw to Griffiths, trying to get Horkey out. Sackett makes the catch, but does not get the tag in time. Just want to kind of pin down Bowling Green if you can, because this is a team that when they get momentum, they usually hang on to it. Braden Curlis, also known as Curly, ball by Griffiths on the outside. So 1-0 count here for Curlis. Curlis struck out looking in his last appearance. We're going to get a throw over, and Gannon is going to make his way home safely. The throw by Duncan was just over the head of Griffiths, and Bowling Green now catching up and cashing in.
No, Chaz, that went straight into the ground.
Did it really?
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen that before from a pitcher. He threw it straight into the ground. I think he was trying to hold the ball back, and he held onto it too long, and it went directly into the ground like a spike.
I was looking down for 1 second. I thought it was an overthrow. Oh, my goodness. And now it's going to see if this is going to be a balk. So the scoring looks like it will stand. The question now is if we will see Horkey make his way to second base. The answer is looking to be no. That was a very interesting pitch. That one low and in the dirt again. We do have some throwing now happening for Butler.
I think the umpires just said that he had not come back set, and he still technically threw the ball, so that's why they didn't say balk.
And then the throw now to Sackett to try and get McKenzie out. That one, Horkey, excuse me. I got my BGSU catchers mixed up. That tag not going to get there either. This is what happens when you have 3 catchers out on the field at once. It's hard to keep them straight. So the count stands at 2-0. That one's going to drill off the glove of Duncan, and there goes Horkey. And he will earn the base steal there.
And the wheels are just coming off right now for Butler.
One of the hottest starts we've seen out of this Butler team this season, but they're unable to really cash in on much. still have a lot of opportunity as it's only bottom of the fourth. 3-2 is the current score. Zach Horkey stands on second base, actually a couple feet off, as that will be strike number one on Braden Curlis, so the count moves to 3-1 with one out. That one will be swung on and break foul. So we'll now have a full count here at Stellar Field. Braden Curlis trying to bring home Zach Horkey after we had Griffiths try to play basketball with a baseball and dribble it on the mound. And that will be ball number 4 to advance Curlis on a walk to second base, or to first base with Horkey on second, which brings up Alex Laird, try and bring both of his teammates home. Laird struck out in his last appearance. Taking his time is Griffiths, looking back. Nobody behind to make the throw. That ball in for strike number 1 on the fastball.
I mean, at this point right now, he just needs to focus on the batter right now, not the base runners. Because I think it's messing with him.
The second pitch now will find its way on the outside. And that one nearly struggled to get to Laird as it was low. Warming up for Butler is number 43. That is Christian Finnegan, the senior righty. This one swung on by Laird, and it will go foul again. So the count will now move to 1-2 with just one out. Runners on second and first in the form of Horkey and Curlis. Garrett Wright got the solo home run. Gavin Gadon managed to make his way home on, I don't even know what you call that play, and that will now make it a 3-2 game. This one fouled back again by Laird, so he's battling to stay alive now at the 1-2 count. So we'll do it again. And we will have runners go. And that ball hit Laird. Bases loaded now with just one out and bringing up Cooper McKenzie. This is the biggest opportunity for the Falcons offensively so far today, Caden.
Yeah, and I'm going to go to the bullpen right now if I am Butler. I mean, this has just been an awful inning for them. Head coach Blake Beamer. But, yeah, I mean, the Falcons, very prime positioning right now. And, I mean, you almost forgot that they scored 2 runs already this inning because of the E1 and just the stuff that happened right after that.
Home plate umpire Jason Smith, first base Chad Logan, and third base Bryce McCalla all having a conversation. And they're going to rule that a strikeout on Laird, not a hit by pitch.
I think they might have said that he leaned his arm into the ball. That could be why. I've seen that happen a few times before when I've been watching baseball before, so I think that might have been the ruling there.
Coach Halleck out there looking for an explanation. Falcon fans not happy.
Whoever that fan was that was yelling agrees with me, though.
Now, I'm not going to say it verbatim, but I think he essentially said a curveball curves inside for a reason.
Yeah, and you don't lean into it.
So now we will have McKenzie up, but now base is no longer loaded. Runners still on second and first, so the opportunity gets shrunk a little bit. McKenzie walked in his last at-bat. Still no pitching change for the Bulldogs. The throw is going to go. He's going to fake the throw. Fans are going to call for a balk. Coach Halleck, again, not happy with play calling here.
Again, if you're Griffiths, you need to focus on the batter right now. There's 2 outs.
Yep.
Get them out at the plate. If you keep focusing on the players on base right now, that's going to mess you up when you're dishing it to the plate, like we've seen earlier this inning.
Pitching is all about a mental game. You know you can make the throws. You just got to deliver. This one is not going to get there. It's going to move to a 1-0 count. Delivery here by Griffiths, also going to be outside. He's struggling. He's trying to get it right on the outside, force a swing by McKenzie, but he's not going to get one. Count's going to move to 2-0. This one dribbles low, so a very advantageous count here by Cooper McKenzie.
Do you give him the green light here?
I mean, I think personally, whatever you can do. The only issue is now you're at 2 outs. You don't want to give up a golden opportunity to load the bases. I'd say maybe it would have to be perfect, and that one was not. That will go as ball number 4 on the outside in the dirt, saved by Duncan, but not before Cooper McKenzie makes his way to first base to load the bases for what is going to be a very exciting at-bat for Brock Amelung. Has only 1 hit on the season. This could be his moment to play some hero ball, Caden.
Yes, that really could be. And, I mean, he's going against a struggling pitcher. I mean, those last 4 pitches were nowhere near the zone.
And now we're going to get a conversation at the mound with the infield working their way in. In the conversation is Sackett, Duncan, Griffiths, and Che, as Croc and Barbero will stay where they are. And now they're going to move their way back as Jason Smith has called time there. So Amelung, like we were saying, he struck out looking in his last plate appearance. He's got a .056 batting average. He's played in 11 games, started 2. In 18 at-bats, he's got 2 runs off 1 hit and a double with 3 RBIs, 111 slugging, 150 on base. A walk and 6 strikeouts make that 7. 0-2 count now for Amelung. Great inning for Bowling Green, but this would certainly go as a missed opportunity with the bases loaded. Delivery by Griffiths, way outside, ball number 1. At bat, certainly not over for Amelung, the sophomore, who appeared in a couple games last season. This one, that one will hit Amelung, advance the bases off an RBI hit by pitch, and we will have a tied game here in an unlikely way to send us to Garrett Sloan. If the Falcons can somehow, they've officially batted through the order, but now they have to bat around to get back to Garrett Wright. So if they can get there, though, that is a batter you definitely want to see if you are the Falcons, as we will have Griffiths get retired here with the bases fully loaded and Garrett Sloan up to bat. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll give you all the information on the new pitcher as well as the overall situation. You are listening to BGSU Baseball on Falcon Radio.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconmedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
The day officially done for Jack Griffiths, as in will come senior righty Christian Finnegan, number 43. Finnegan on the season is another high ERA guy, 19.55 ERA, 1-0 win-loss decisions. And he's got 10 appearances so far this season. He has yet to start, but in those appearances, he's pitched a total of 9 2/3 innings, given up 20 hits for 23 runs, 21 of those earned, 15 walks on just 6 strikeouts. He's allowed 3 doubles, not a single triple, but 6 home runs, allowing a .417 batting average. He's going to go against Garrett Sloan, who struck out in his last appearance, .205 average for the sophomore.
Yeah, his last outing came 8 days ago at Northwestern. He pitched in a third of an inning.
That pitch, we mentioned all the walks he gives up, but that was a perfectly placed fastball for strike number 1. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. That one way inside on Sloan. Like we mentioned, Garrett Wright, one of the best and hottest batters in the entire MAC currently. Definitely a shoe-in for the MAC Player of the Year award. A couple other guys you can think of. Dylan Grego, Ball State. Evan Applewick, Miami of Ohio. As that ball will go as strike number 2. So it's a 1-2 count on Sloan. Falcons tied things up on the hit-by-pitch RBI for Brock Amelung. You'd like to grow the lead here and then just take over with pitching, and this one's going to be fouled straight back towards us. I mean, that ball, there's no netting, and it's a bit higher. That one goes straight through the window, I think.
Yes, 100%. The timing just a tad bit off.
So we'll do it again. 1-2 count on Amelung. The delivery too high. So now it's 2-2. Runners stay. If you need a reminder, that's okay. So do we. Curlis, from feels like a decade ago now, he's on third base. Cooper McKenzie is on second, and Brock Amelung on first. This one high again. So now Garrett Sloan worked his way from a 1-2 count to a 3-2 full count. And now the squeeze is going to be put on Finnegan here. The delivery by Christian Finnegan too high, and we're going to get another RBI, this time not on the hit by pitch, but on the walk. And Falcons have taken the lead in a nightmare scenario for Butler. Your pitcher that looked so strong at the beginning of the game, the wheels have fallen off. You've replaced him. The guy you bring in gives up a walk, and now he's got to face Garrett Wright, who just is coming off of a solo home run. And we've officially batted around this inning. This ball curves its way in from the inside out for strike number 1.
Now I will say, wonder what the Falcons' pitching situation will look like.
That ball by Wright popped up high, and it will fall into the stands. I mean, if you're a dog standing out here because it's the dog days, I mean, that's terrifying.
Yes.
Like, I've never seen a dog look up ever. I don't even think their necks can do that. So, I mean.
Mine would hear a noise and run away. He's scared of everything.
I don't have a dog, but I just got a cat recently. A shout out to Mick. Named after Mickey Mouse. That ball placed high upstairs for ball number 1. That should be ball number 2, shouldn't it, kid?
I'm not sure.
And that will end up hitting Garrett Wright. So that's another hit-by pitch for Garrett Wright. Not only does he hold program record for hit-by pitches in a season, his career hit-by pitch is absolutely unreal, and then he just adds another to his day, and he'll get a hit-by pitch RBI.
Yeah, that one very close to his face as well. Anytime I hear hit by pitch, I automatically think of Anthony Rizzo.
That's a good one. Also, I do want to say, it feels like ages ago that we talked about trivia.
Yes.
Top of the fifth, we got away. I mean, I don't know if this inning's ever going to end. And coach for Butler coming out to have a talk with his pitcher. That's hit by pitch number 24 for Garrett Wright. I believe, in just talking to him, I believe that is anybody's I've ever met least favorite thing to talk about is Garrett Wright talking about his hit by pitch. That's the career record. That's his season high. It's absolutely unreal. And the fact that it's so historic, on top of the fact that he just does not want to talk about it, is such a funny pairing.
Some players are just hit by pitch magnets. They're baseball magnets.
Coming out is Jason Smith to break up the scrum here on the mound and get us going again. Bases remain loaded. Up comes Carter Motice. He struck out. He was one of the outs this inning. That's how long this inning has gone. Carter Motice struck out swinging in his last at-bat, which happened in this inning. He joins Alex Laird. And we will get a pitching change here, so we're going to take yet another break as we'll see a third pitcher come in just this inning alone for the Butler Bulldogs. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Childhood cancer is devastating, but childhood cancer is beatable with St. Jude. I knew that St. Jude was a children's hospital, that no one ever received a bill from St. Jude, but I in no way understood how completely they take care of their patients and their families. To any of the donors, I would say bless you and thank you, because without the donors, St. Jude wouldn't be here.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Childhood cancer is devastating, but childhood cancer is
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is often laced into illicit drugs and used to make fake versions of prescription pills. You can't see it, taste it, or smell it. Suppliers mix fentanyl into their products because it's potent and cheap, and the dealer might not even know. Keep yourself and others safe by knowing the real deal on fentanyl. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Back here at Stellar Field, I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. We've got another pitcher coming out here today for Butler. In this inning alone, it's going to be Alex Thomas. He is a lefty weighing in at 190, 5'10". He's a sophomore from Elkhorn, Nebraska. He played last year at Tulane, transferred in this season for Butler, and so far this year for Thomas, he has a 4.11 ERA and a 1-0 win-loss. He's in 14 games he's appeared. 14 and 2/3 innings pitched, 20 hits, 28 runs, 23 of those earned, 18 walks, and just 10 strikeouts. So another high walk, low strikeout guy. And like we mentioned, third pitching change here today. He's facing off against Carter Motice, who struck out in this inning swinging. Motice eyes that one in for strike number 1 with the bases loaded.
To be honest with you, Chaz, most of Butler's bullpen is high walk, low strikeout.
I'd call it mean, but statistically you're not wrong. Their lowest ERA of any pitcher that has seen time is Espen Simpson with a 415. And we're going to see a flurry of balls just on the outside here, facing off against Mo Tice, which means the count now is 2-1.
And Simpson's only appeared in 5 games.
And that's going to be grounded over to Thomas. Quick flip, and that will end the inning. Finally, it felt like that inning would never end. But Bowling Green take the lead 5-3. They have scored 5 runs in a single inning with a solo homer, a single, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks, 2 being hit by pitches, with 2 hit by pitch RBIs and 1 RBI walk. When we get back, it'll be the top of the 5th, and finally we can get to our trivia question and answers. When we get back, you are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Here's that song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray, cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
On the bump, we have a change here as Bowling Green's defense struts out to open up the 5th. Luke Kraus is being retired as we will see Cade Arn come out on the bump for Bowling Green. Before we get to our trivia answers, Caden, do you want to go through Kraus's day?
Yeah, I can do that for you. Just got to open it right now. And so Kraus today, he pitched 4 innings, 67 pitches. He allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. He walked 3, struck out 3, and faced 20 batters.
So a pretty solid day, even strikeout to walk ratio. Only one unearned run, I should say, and 5 hits. He gave up, I believe, a very large majority. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in the first, and after that only allowed 1 other hit.
Yep. It's a pretty good day for him.
Pretty solid day for sure. Arn so far this season he's one of the stronger relief pitchers for the Orange and Brown. He is a 7.06 ERA, 2.0 win-loss record. In 15 appearances, he has yet to start. He's pitched 21 2/3 innings, 29 hits, allowing 21 runs, 17 earned, 9 walks to 14 strikeouts with 5 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. He is going to battle against Morocnik. So we will have his first pitch be ruled a strike. That ball's going to fly high and left, and it will drop right in front of the warning track. Rounding the bases, I didn't want to speak too soon. I was going to say we might have had Arn's first triple given up, but no, settling down at second base is Morocnik.
Yeah, he just rocked that ball into left. And, you know, if you're Coach Halleck, you almost had to go to your bullpen with how long that previous inning was. You don't want a pitcher just sitting around like that.
Yeah, you're right about that one, Caden. That arm tenses up way quicker than you might expect. With how long that inning went, going with Arn. This pitch, off speed, nice curve on that one, just wobbling its way in for strike number 1 against Barbero. Now we're going to see strike number 2, so a very quick 1-2 here with Arn working on Barbero. He ground out in his last appearance, but in the one previous to that, he had a 2 RBI homer. And that one hard hit and smoked, but it's going to go left of the left foul line.
Yeah, back-to-back healthy hacks for him. Got contact on the second one, though.
So now Arn hanging in here. Runner on second base in the form of Maroknik. The payoff, it's going to go and dribble behind Curtis, and we will get a run scored. So that's going to be an RBI single for Barbero, scoring Maroknik. And that ball just laced in between Ganun and Curtis. Curtis dove for it, was unable to get there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just me, Chaz, but it looked like Curtis was playing closer to the second base bag rather than more centered. So it looked like he was kind of shifted a little bit, and that kind of opened up room for the ball to sneak into the outfield.
I think you're right about that one, Caden. The adjustment was a little too far to one side. So now runner on first. He's facing off against Sackett, who struck out and flew out in his past 2 appearances. Score goes 5-4 in Bowling Green's favor here. No outs, top of the 5th. Butler hanging around here. Delivery by Arn, swung on, popped through. That one's going to be grabbed by Horky, and that will be a single by Sackett to advance Barbero to second base.
Man, he just punched that ball through the infield there. Almost the same location as the last hit as well.
3 hits back to back to back allowed by Arn here. He's allowed a double and 2 singles, which brings up Connors. Connors, in his last couple appearances, has struck out and walked, has yet to record a hit today, but Arn letting up a flurry of hits here as a bunt is shown. That is going to go down the throw to first base, not going to go, and that will load the bases for a bunt single for Connors.
Yeah, no one was covering first, so there was no throw option there. Curlis got over too late because Ganun was charging for the bunt.
The shortstop, Logan Kroc.
Logan Kroc now up to bat. The freshman has back-to-back singles. So we've seen contact in the past 4 at-bats for Cade Arn. Bases are loaded. This one swung on in another hole. That one's going to drive in 1 run, so that's another single for Kroc. He's got 3 straight, and that's also going to give an RBI. We've got a tied game here, Caden.
Yeah, we do. I mean, talk about the slow rollers through the infield, and I mean, whatever works for you.
And that will bring up Ian Che.
I think the Falcons are going to do a little mound visit.
Definitely want to calm down your pitcher here. Cade Arn, not super characteristic of him. Higher strikeout than walk ratio. He really doesn't give up that much contact either if you look at it, but here he is giving up strong amount of contact.
Yeah, last time Arn played was at Toledo in that 5th-3rd game. I was double-checking there, but he looked really good in that contest in the 2 innings that he pitched, allowing just 1 run.
Ian Che.
Batting for Che, number 4, Harry Carr.
No longer in the lineup. It's going to be Harry Carr. number 4 freshman infielder, coming in for Che. So Che's day, assumably, is done. Count on Carr so far is 1 ball, 1 strike from Arn. Bases are loaded. Game is tied.
And there's no outs.
This is a tough inning and a tough jam. This one poked through. The ball's going to be bobbled by Curlis. That's going to score a run. And he's actually going to get there in time on the throw. So Carr's going to get an RBI ground. He's going to ground to an RBI. That was a close call.
Yeah.
But Chad Logan at first base said he wasn't there in time. So that will bring up Gunnar Duncan.
It felt like I was watching that whole series of events in slow motion. I'm shocked that Carr was not able to get to first, but good job over there at second base by Curlis to compose himself and make the play.
First pitch, Duncan sees, he swings on, and it will break foul. So now Butler retake the lead on an RBI ground out by Carr. That ball low, but in the zone. Now we're going to see an elbow pad thrown out here by Duncan. So 1 out, 2 strikes as Arn will face off against Duncan. We're going to get time called here. Now we've got McKenzie. Maybe an issue with PitchCom. So we're hearing this is essentially the PitchCom's functioning. It's off an Apple Watch. And in the heat, like it's warm today, the battery might die much faster.
Yeah. As someone who has an Apple Watch, I 100% can attest to that.
That pitch by Arn, right down Broadway, fastball, got him. No swing, looking is Duncan.
Yeah, wow, just absolutely froze him. Froze me up here.
And you weren't even in stance, Caden.
I was not.
So, I mean, we've had so much action, we haven't even got to talk about the trivia question, which was who won the first World Series. The options were Baltimore, Boston, New York, and Los Angeles. What are your guys' final options as Arn delivers a ball on the outside for ball number 1?
Well, I'm now between New York and Boston, but I think I'm going to go New York.
Okay. This one's going to be popped high and far. Adjusting under it is Horky. Bases are going to go around, but with 2 outs, that will end the inning. We'll have to go to that trivia question at the bottom of the 5th, so stay with us as Butler have scored 3 runs off of 5 hits here at the top of the 5th. Next up, we are going to have the bottom of the 5th here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to BGSU Baseball on Falcon Radio.
BG Baseball plays the Butler Bulldogs at Stellar Field on Tuesday, May 6th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil and Holden Ruck beginning at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for the first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp, and we had a whole lot of action here. Top of the 5th, 3 runs off 5 hits for Butler, and now I said the trivia question, I'll say it one more time. Which team, you get bonus points if you can name their mascot, won the first ever World Series? The options were New York, LA, Boston, and Baltimore. What are the options here?
I'm sticking with New York. I don't know about you, Reese, but I'm sticking with New York.
Okay, so Caden, New York, I am so sorry. That is the incorrect answer. Reese, you got it partially right. It was Boston, and it was the Boston Americans. This was a long time ago. But the Boston Americans won the first ever World Series. It was the American League versus the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates, that they beat here. So starting off, bottom of the fifth, we have Carter Motice, Gavin Gannon, up to bat.
Trivia has not been my friend this year for baseball.
It most certainly has not, Caden. Gavin Gannon up to bat for the Orange and Brown. He struck out and walked in his past 2 appearances. He's sitting at a 2-0 count currently.
And Reese back in the studio didn't even need to use his mulligan.
I mean, I should have let him use it just for the bonus points, as that ball is fouled back and right for strike number 2. So it's a 2-2 count here on Gavin Gannon. On the bump, it's going to remain Thomas. Bottom of the fifth. So we're slowly working our way through this game. It felt like the first 3 innings went by like that, but now the past 2 have slowed down quite a bit. This one swung on high and far, going back for it, and watching it go through the trees is Moronic, and that will be another solo home run. Moronic unable to really get a grab on any of that, and Gavin Gannon, with a 2-2 count, just laces that ball into the forest.
Yeah, my goodness. I feel like all the home runs today have been no doubters right off the bat. Like the outfielders instantly running backwards and then slowing down because they realize that, yeah, there's absolutely no way I'm getting to that. And it figures that we get that home run as soon as like the cloud cover pops over the sun, or in front of the sun, I should say.
And now we're going to have Zach Horkey up to bat.
The right fielder, Zach Horkey.
Zach Horkey lined out and had a single, so he's made contact both times. This ball by Thomas too far on the outside for him to even reach at. Ball number 1. So now that one laces in for strike number 1. Still no outs, as that's going to be a hard hit by Horkey. That one going back and making the grab is Moronic. And Zach Horkey has recorded just absolutely unreal statistics of the speed of the ball off the bat, but 2 of those have resulted in outs. One a line out, one a fly out, then he had a single, and it was right fielder hitting to right fielder there. Horkey hitting to Moronic. Now Braden Curlis up to bat. He does not have a hit today. He's got a strikeout looking and a walk. His first pitch from Thomas as he sets his feet. That one's going to be swung on and go far foul to the left.
Man, these line drives.
You're right, Caden. Yet another line drive. That one a strike. That will be dropped by Duncan, but it won't matter. There's nobody on. Still just 1 out in this game. Tied ball game, 6-6, due to a Gavin Gannon solo homer for 1 RBI. That one popped up by Curlis. Settling under it is going to be Carr. And Carr coming in for Shea will be out number 2, so that will bring us to Alex Laird to try and get a little bit more of an impact in this game. Trying to retake the lead are the Falcons.
Yeah, just got under it there, and right into the air it went. Everyone's heads went up for that.
Strike laced in by Thomas on Laird. 0-1 count. This delivery low and in the dirt. 1-1.
Just a very uncompetitive pitch there.
Big swing and a miss there by Alex Laird will bring the count to 1-2 with 2 outs. And another swing and a miss will take us to the top of the 6th. Bowling Green score 1 run off 1 hit with a solo homer from Gavin Gannon to tie everything up. Now Butler get a chance to rebuttal when we come back. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Top of the 6th here, and we have a pitching change officially. Kadarn's day is done. Up for Bowling Green is CJ Bedreau on the bump, and Kadarn had a little bit of a tough outing for Bowling Green. He gave up quite a few hits there in just 1 inning of work. In just 1 inning pitch, he had 19 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs. That equals Luke Krause. All three of those runs were earned. Didn't walk anybody and gave up 1 strikeout, only faced 8 batters. CJ Bedreau, on the other hand, this season, 9.22 ERA. He's made 11 appearances with 1 game started, 13 and 2/3 innings pitched, 21 hits with 16 runs, 14 of those earned, 8 walks and 14 strikeouts. He's allowed a double and a home run and has an .362 opponent batting average. This first pitch goes off the back of number 36 for that one goes off the back of number 36, and that will be our hit by pitch on drum.
Yeah, second time now today that he has reached base.
First time was a
double back in the first inning.
Actually, no, he was out on that one. He went for third. It was a ground out, I believe. Not a ground out, but he hit it and then rounded all the way to third base.
Yeah, double plus the out on the advancement.
Bedreau puts in 1 strike there, right down the middle. Maroknik up to bat. He's got a single, a double, and a ground out. The throw by Bedreau will go over to first base on Gannon trying to get out drum. It won't go. Count here is going to remain at 1 strike. Now it's going to be an 0-2 count with 2 strikes after a foul tip by Maroknik. Boudreau taking his time on the bump. Drum on first. The delivery on the 0-2, low. McKenzie lost it. The throw over. It's not going to get in time. That throw over to Laird, but Laird not quite on the bag there. So that is a stolen base by Drum. Wild pitch, over to second base.
Yeah, that could have gone so bad there. I thought the throw was going to be off, or it was going to go off of someone, but it did not.
That one's going to be hit by Morognick high and outside, and it's going to drop foul. So we'll do it again at a 1-2 count.
I feel like we've had a little bit of everything today so far.
We've got a lot of those high left field balls that just don't quite make it in the field of play. This delivery by Boudreau, big swing and a miss by Morognick. That will result in out number 1 of the inning. Morognick, he saw visions of either a triple or a home run, but he's just going to head back to the dugout, which sends up Barbero, who's got a home run and a single today and 3 RBIs.
Yeah, and not the guy you want to face right now if you're Bowling Green, but got to set him down.
That's why they're in the lineup, because they're good at batting. And Boudreau, even though he's just a freshman, a very talented pitcher. This one low and in the dirt. And Drum is going to stay on second base, not going to try and advance to anything, do anything fancy there. Boudreau with 8 seconds on the mound. That one not going to get there. A bit low. We've reached a bit of a stalemate here, I'd say, in the game. We've got the first inning where Butler punched Bowling Green in the mouth, and the Falcons come back to tie everything up. This one going to be hit and far into left. That one fielded, but the throw cut off, not going to be in time. So everybody's going to be safe there. Barbero gets a single for another RBI. That's 3 on the day for Barbero, who is a junior. Danny Barbero.
Yeah, he's just had a fantastic game, to say the least. And, yeah, the scoring just completely ramping up, as you kind of said.
And speaking of scoring, it's now 7-6. Butler advantage. Boudreau facing off now against Connor Sackett. Sackett struck out, flew out, and then got a single in his past 3 appearances today. On first is Barbero. It's a 1-0 count. This delivery swung on, fouled back, will make it 1-1 with 1 out.
We mentioned at the top of the broadcast that if Butler wanted to win this game, they would need to take advantage of people getting on base, and I mean, they've done a really good job at that today, especially with Morognick and Drum.
Delivery here by Boudreau. It looked like he got that one good, but maybe just missed that bottom corner, bottom middle portion of the zone by a hair. So the count will move to 2-1. That one big swing and a miss there by Sackett makes it 2-2.
I think we got to start counting the amount of healthy hacks we've seen today on both sides.
I mean, I think we lose count at this point.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't seen any power dip with how hard they've been swinging at these baseballs. And now Boudreau with the chance to pay off. Another swing and a miss. Add that to your hack counter there, Caden. That will be the second strikeout of the day for Sackett in the first, or the second as well for Boudreau.
Double twos.
Double twos indeed. Up next is Keegan Connors. He walked, struck out, and then got a single off a bunt. on first will remain Barbero. Delivery by Boudreau. That will be foul tipped down. Strike number 1. Just got a tiny little piece of that. You could hear the slight ding of the bat. Nothing too major there. Not a very big lead for Barbero either. Just slowly inching his way. He's going to have to make the throw back because Boudreau throws over to Ganon and he's not going to get it.
I feel like you almost spoke that into existence.
I mean, the window's open. I wouldn't be surprised if CJ can hear me from here. That one a bit too high. That will result in ball number 1. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 outs. And now I think I might have also scared Barbero. He hasn't even moved. Now he's going to inch a little bit. I'm sure it was me and not the throw. And they're going to do it again.
Yeah, Butler just not taking big leads in general today off first.
We've seen them take those opportunities in the past. We're going to get another foul ball here by Barbero. That's going to go back into the netting. So it's going to be a 1-2 count. But we saw back with the Drum hit, where Drum makes it all the way to second, but then got a little overzealous. They're not scared to run the base paths, but as that ball is left high by Boudreau, so that'll go to 2-2. So they're not afraid to get more advancements, but right now just that static start and stop is probably where we're seeing a little bit of a lag. 2-2 delivery by Boudreau. Runners are going to go. The throw by McKenzie, it's not going to be in time. So Barbero successfully is going to make it to second base. And now we will have Connors at, I believe, a 3-2 count.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And a timeout will be called.
Interesting to send your runner for a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the inning.
I think Barbero might have dinged himself up just a little bit, but it seems like he's getting back to form there. Good to know he's okay. So now we're going to return to Connors in this marathon of an at-bat. Count 3-2. The payoff pitch by Boudreau. Chooses count, delivers, skied out over to left center field. They're both adjusting under it. The grab is going to be made by Garrett Wright. We've seen him create amazing plays above home plate, behind home plate. Now try left field as he snags that one in, and that will end the inning on a flyout. They managed to score one more and one hit from a RBI single from Barbero. And that will take us to the bottom of the 6th. You are listening to BGSU Baseball on Falcon Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Falcon Baseball stays in South Bend to battle Notre Dame on Saturday, May 10th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Cavalitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 1:45 for pregame and 2 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, and remaining on the mound is Thomas. Bowling Green have now found themselves in yet another deficit. It has been a crazy back and forth here. We'll run you through the action as we're just a bit over the 2/3 of the way through. It's 7-6. Butler storm out to an early lead, 3-0. Falcons answer in the fourth, 5-0. That's the first time Bowling Green had the lead. Then Butler take the lead, 6-5. Bowling Green tie at 6-6, and then Butler retake the lead, top of the sixth, 7-6, which is where we stand. Up to bat is Cooper McKenzie. This first pitch is low for ball number 1.
Yeah, we'll see if this ping-ponging of scoring continues.
McKenzie walked in back-to-back appearances. This one will weave its way inside, but it will go as a strike, according to home plate umpire Jason Smith. Butler out-hitting the Falcons 11-3 in this game so far today, Caden, but the score is only separated by 1 run. Big swing there by McKenzie. That one's going to foul behind his head, bring the count to 1-1.
Yeah, the Falcons have walked 5 times today, and I think that's a huge reason why. And then that error by Butler came at a very bad time, and that's what kind of allowed them to score so many runs.
And that one by McKenzie is going to be grounded over to Kroc. The throw by Kroc, it's going to go to second, and that will end the at-bat for Cooper McKenzie as he is out, unable to reach there. So that is a very quick ground out to open the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, just a basic 6-3, and this would be a big spot for Amelung to get a hit.
Amelung, very interesting day today. He's only got 1 hit on the season, struck out looking in his first appearance, then got a hit-by-pitch RBI. So now this one, big swing and a miss there. Caden, I might have to keep my voice down. I feel like some of the players can hear me. He's looking for hit number 2 here. So now an 0-1 count for Amelung. That one's low. It'll go to 1-1.
Hey, at least it's not a fan screaming at them. It's just someone stating what's happening.
That's very true. I mean, I could be construed as their conscience. You never know. 1-1. That one works its way inside. Just clips that inside zone. It's going to be a 1-2 count now with 1 out. And this would be huge for Butler if you can hold the Falcons scoreless here. That would be 2 straight scoreless. This one's going to be fouled back, so it's going to remain a 1-2 count.
Yeah, it'd help give Butler some more positive momentum, because we saw how their pitching went at the beginning of the game when they had built up all that positive momentum.
Scoreboard officially back up, by the way. 1-2 count, and that ball low. It's going to go to 2-2, and look at that. It updated as well. I think we're back in business here, bottom of the 6th.
Yes. And we have a cloud cover right now, so it's easy to see the numbers.
Oh, I mean, I could click my heels right now if I was standing up. That one on the outside, now it's 3-2.
Would you be standing on a yellow brick road when you do that?
I mean, there's no place like Stellar. I can say that, kid. So 3-2, 1 out, nobody on. Brock Amelung battling for his life here. Hit by pitch RBI last at bat this time. He's only got 1 career hit. This one skied up. It's going to be settled under by Maroknik. He's going to make the grab, and that will go as a fly out. So now 1 and 2 go down in McKenzie and Amelung. Now Garrett Sloan, the 9-hole hitter, is up to bat, trying to make a dent in the 7-6 lead of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and despite only being about 3 hours away, this is the first time Butler's ever been to Stellar.
Absolutely unreal. I mean, that's a great color commentator stat, might I add, by the way, Caden. I mean, I've got a new lease on life from that stat, to be honest with you. First pitch is going to work its way in for a strike, 0-1 count. That one on the outside, though, so he tucks one inside, now one outside. Thomas trying to go 1-2-3 here. That one swung on. It's going to be dropped over. It's going to miss the glove of Barbero, and no more 1-2-3. Spoke that one into existence. That's going to go as a single for Garrett Sloan.
Man, that looked like it was going to be caught for a split second there, but no, it got through, and Falcons looking for 2-out magic.
And that's going to actually be just the 17th hit of the season for Garrett Sloan. He's starting to sneak up on both Cooper McKenzie and Alex Laird, who both today have 19, so just 2 behind. Back up to Garrett Wright. He's got a strikeout and another hit by pitch. That one is going to go as hit by pitch number 25.
And the second consecutive one for him.
Absolutely unreal. I mean, like, what do you even say? I'm thinking about who, if I can't bring that up anymore. Because, I mean, every time it happens, it's, oh, how do you feel about this record? Well, it's another baseball that just spun its way into my arm. Thanks for asking. Like, Carter Motice up to bat. Has yet to record a hit. He's got a ground out, a strikeout swinging, and a regular strikeout looking. So now, with a 1-0 count for Carter Motice, he's looking to get his first hit of the day. Saw the Larry Moe and Curly break up, as they are no longer the 7-8-9. They're still the Three Stooges, but they no longer live in the same house. They're in different locations now, with Motice at the 2-hole. Curlis and Laird stay together, though, at the 5 and 6. It's a 2-0 count. Swung on by Motice. That one's going to drop in front of Connors in left field. Rounding over and getting home is Garrett Sloan. And making his way to third base is Garrett Wright. So now we've got back-to-back Garrett base path movement, and broken up by Carter in the form of Carter Motice with a single. And advance Garrett Wright to third, and Garrett Sloan home.
Yeah, and it's no surprise that Motice sparked that run there. I mean, he's the type of player that does a leader on this team, one of them, and he's really just like broken onto the scene as a freshman.
So the ball game is tied at 7-7, and we're going to have a conversation on the mound. Doesn't look exactly like we'll have a pitching change. There are arms voraciously warming up, and I might have lied here, as we have a body trotting out. Always got to wait for the bull or the dugout to exit. There it is. So we will have officially a pitching change here. When we get back, we'll have all the stats and everything you want to know. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to BGSU Baseball on Falcon Radio.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
BG Baseball heads north up the I-75 to take on the Toledo Rockets on Tuesday, May 13th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil will guide listeners through the action starting at 2:45 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Yet another pitching change here for the Butler Bulldogs. That will be change number 4, bringing in Colin Daly, the senior right-handed pitcher. And Colin Daly, you look at his stats a little bit here, 9.69 ERA, 0.3 win-loss record, 11 appearances with 4 starts, 13 total innings pitched. He's given up 15 hits for 19 runs. 14 of those runs were earned, 27 walks, and 9 strikeouts. That is not a strikeout-to-walk ratio you like to see if you're a Butler Bulldog fan. A lot of free passes. He's also given up 3 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. Holds opponents to a 288 batting average. He's got 9 wild pitches, 7 players hit by pitch.
The first baseman, Gavin
Just an
Gunn.
overall control struggler here. And up is Gavin Gunn, who got a solo home run in his last at-bat. He's going to look that one in for strike number 1. 2 outs here for Bowling Green. Runners on the corners in the form of Garrett Wright and Carter Motice. With an 0-1 count, 2 outs, the delivery now by Daly will go low and be a ball. Slight lead here taken by Motice. Non-existent one by Wright as he's sneaking. Motice going to attempt to steal the throw. Not going to be in time. Duncan didn't even pull it. Fake the throw, and that will bring over Carter Motice. That will become stolen base number 2 on the season. He is now 2 for 4, 50% average.
Yeah, and I mean, with 2 outs and runners at the corner, why wouldn't she take off there? Smart move.
That ball works its way inside. That's going to make the count 3-1. Gavin Gunn has walked today, one of, honestly, not as many as you'd think if you're not counting hit by pitches. So now Daly trying to get back into this a little bit, make the count full. Runners on third and second. A single here might score 2. And now we're going to have a conversation on the mound again. We've got arms warming up in the bullpen. I don't know if they just wanted this guy to come out to get rid of Gunn. Gunn, a big play threat.
Interesting move, that's for sure.
What would you have done in this situation, Caden?
I don't know. If you were going to have a mound visit, I would have done it before the at-bat. I don't think
it's not going to be a pitching change.
Yeah, it's not going to be a pitching change.
It's just going to be a conversation and just, you got to get one more out. That's all you need.
Right.
I think this shows the confidence that is had in Daly currently. Confidence that Blake Beamer, the head coach for the Bulldogs, has. It's looking like not the longest leash here. And now they're going to intentionally walk Gavin Gunn. So a bit of a turn of events here. Bringing up Zach Horkey, a guy that, this Bowling Green's batting order is always one that's going to be very hard to limit damage to if you're an opposing pitcher. Yeah. But Gavin Gunn and Zach Horkey in back-to-back spots, and then you've got Braden Curtis. That is a brutal lineup for opposing pitchers. Zach Horkey, we've mentioned it a lot, 5 RBI game, just not even a week ago, 5 days ago. And this is the guy that you want up as that ball is laced in for strike number 1. That was a perfect pitch there by Daly. Horkey lined out, singled, and flew out, but he's shown that he's got power at the end of that bat. He has had a couple hard hits today. That one low and dribbles behind Horkey. It's stopped up by Duncan, so no movement there. There's nowhere anybody can go with the bases loaded unless we see Wright do something that would be a little unorthodox. The delivery here by Daly, working its way in off speed, and that was another perfect pitch on the inside.
Yeah. Fantastic placement.
One more is needed by Daly to limit Bowling Green's damage to 1. 1-2 count, 2 outs, delivery just a bit outside. So we'll do it at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3 on base in the form of Wright, Motice, Gunn. This one low, so now the count goes to 3-2. And we've seen a couple of the play that you don't see a whole lot, a walk with the bases loaded to let up a run, but we've seen, I believe, 3 of those already. The hit by pitch RBI, the walk RBI, and the other hit by pitch RBI, and that will do it. Another walk RBI.
Best way to get an RBI.
Do you think so?
Yes, I think so.
I think in this situation, I don't know about Horky, but I think he might prefer a little bit of a bigger play, but we are going to have a pitching change here again. So when we come back, it's bottom of the 6th. We're going to have yet another pitching change. Pitcher number 5 coming out for the Bulldogs with the score 8-7, with Bowling Green just taking the lead on that walk for an RBI. You are listening to Chaz McNeil and Caden Knapp right here on Falcon Radio.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our 2 stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. Ziggy.
Back here at Stellar Field, we've got another pitching change. This one in the form of number 20. That is Alex Knipe. Alex Knipe comes in as pitcher number 5, and a fun little tidbit came up just a second ago from BGSU Baseball Sports Information Director Kyle Edman. The first 2 outs of this inning, bottom of the 6th, we've had 2 outs for a while, were Cooper McKenzie and Brock Amelung. They were the first 2. Since then, it's been a single, a hit by pitch, a single, a walk, and a walk for an RBI. It's been absolutely backloaded here. So now going through Knipe's statistics here, he is towards the bottom in ERA, or towards the top, I should say. It's in a good ERA, 9.13 for Butler standards, 0-2 win-loss record, 16 appearances, has not started anything yet, 23 2/3 innings pitched, and he faces off against Braden Curlis, who flew out in his last at-bat. This one by Curlis swung on and flied way far foul.
Yeah, really, both teams, digging into their bullpen, but especially Butler now at their 5th pitcher. And they have a 3-game series up next starting tomorrow. So they're going to be a little short-armed, at least for tomorrow. They go out to Connecticut.
You got to travel as well.
Yeah, that too, on top of it. It's like about a 10-hour drive from here to Storrs, Connecticut.
And then this pitch laces in for a 1-2 count. Caden, have you ever been to Connecticut? It's a beautiful place.
Yes, it is a very, very nice place.
It'd make me want to stay there if I were there. Counts 1-2. If you didn't know, congratulations to Caden Knapp for announcing that he was transferring to the University of Connecticut. Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow. Amazing campus, 2-2 count. I'm more of a orange and brown guy.
Well, I'd hope so. You just graduated.
I did.
Congratulations to you on that.
That ball low and outside for ball number 3. So the count goes to 3-2 with 2 outs. So about as high stakes as you can get with the bases loaded and a full count. And the Falcons have a 1-run lead. The delivery by Knipe. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. Swung on, foul, and back, and we'll do it again. Caden, why didn't you grab that one?
Just a little out of my reach.
What are you, 6'3"? Couldn't you just reach out the window? Knipe settles on the mound. 12 seconds. Delivery, swing and a miss. Tough opportunity for the orange and brown squander, but they do have the lead, 8-7. They manage to get 2 in that inning. When we come back, we'll have the top of the 7th right here on Falcon Radio.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
What if you were wearing something sexy? What if you were drinking? What if you made the first move? No matter what, sexual assault is never your fault. Support is available 24/7 through the National Sexual Assault Hotline. Call 1-800-656-HOPE or visit RAINN.org. That's RAINN.org. This is Christina Ricci with RAINN, reminding you it's never your fault.
Brought to you by Rain and this station.
Top of the 7th here in Bowling Green. It has been a 2-hour, 21-minute game so far. And so far it has been 2 hours and 21 minutes worth of excitement. Bowling Green up 8-7 on the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs refusing to back down. We have a new pitcher on the mound for Bowling Green. It's going to be Ty Roeder coming in relief of C.J. Boudreau. It's been a while since we've broken down a pitcher's stat line. I don't even think we broke down Arn. Yeah, we did. C.J. Boudreau, 1 inning pitched, 20 total pitches, 1 more than Arn. He only gave up 1 hit for a run, which was earned. 2 strikeouts, no walks, faced 5 batters. You go over to the other side, and you talk about Butler. And Butler, they've had several. You have Griffiths, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 78 pitches, 2 hits for 5 runs, all of them earned. 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, 17 batters faced. Then you've got Finnegan, didn't record an out, just had 11 pitches, faced 2 batters. Thomas, 2 innings pitched, 37 pitches, 3 hits for 3 runs, all of them earned, 10 batters faced. Daly, 10 pitches, 2 walks, only faced 2 batters. He had a very quick outing as well. So now we're going to have Roeder facing off against Kroc. First pitch is going to end up as a ball. This second one, check swing for a strike. So 1-1 count. End up in a 2-1 count now. Delivery by Roeder is way outside to put it at 3-1. And that one inside by just a bit. It looked like it cut in a little too deep, but no. Count goes full on Kroc. Payoff, dribbled into the glove of Curlis. Can he make the throw in time? Doesn't even try. So that'll be a single for Kroc.
Yeah, smart there, not trying to throw that, especially with, the errors from last weekend in the forefront of your mind.
So that will bring up Carr in relief of Che. Carr has had 1 at-bat to this point. He had a ground out for an RBI. Delivery by Roeder, off speed and inside for strike number 1.
I don't think we've had a single 1-2-3 inning since the 3rd.
I wouldn't be shocked. It's been a long game up until this point. Quick couple 3, but now it's grinded to a halt as we've had a lot of scoring, a lot of battling at the plate, and a lot of pitching changes. 4 pitching changes for each side minimum, with Butler with 5. Count is at 1-1. No outs. Facing off against Carr. This one by Carr snakes its way in for a 1-2 count.
Now, do you know for road trips, does BG usually leave the day before, or do they leave the day of?
I mean, I think it depends on how far they go. They usually leave day off. I know that. Harry Carr, 266 average, flies that one up. Going back for it and signaling his Laird, he makes the grab. So that'll go as out number 1. Top of the 7th.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interested to see how Halleck uses his arms against Notre Dame tomorrow. That's about a 2-hour drive west of here.
So they will get 2 days rest with Notre Dame being on Friday.
You know what? I keep forgetting that today is Wednesday. I've been thinking it's Thursday since I got up this morning.
The throw over from Roeder to Gannon, the tag not in time on Kroc.
It's been a long week already.
Gunnar Duncan up to bat. Listen, don't talk to me about long weeks. Delivery by Roeder, twists its way inside, a 1 count. Two more outs, and we'll be at the 7th inning stretch. But Bowling Green have to get there first. They're up 8-7. This delivery skied up high. Gavin Gannon sprints looking for it. Somebody's adjusting under it. There's several. Gannon behind the head snag. I mean, that one's not going to get the flowers it deserves. But, man, that has been a very solid spot for Bowling Green.
Yeah, I mean, they've really had to work for some of the fly balls that they've been able to get to.
Top of the order, designated hitter, A.J. Solomon.
So now we've got A.J. Solomon up for Butler. He's got a single, but since then, flew out, struck out, flew out. He's looking to get a little bit more contact and placement on this baseball. Runner on first in the form of Kroc. This one skied high, back, adjusting Mo Tice. And that will do it. We didn't get a 1-2-3, but we got to take a deep breath. Then a 1-2-3 for Bowling Green. 3 straight flyouts will send us to the bottom of the 7th with Bowling Green on top of the Bulldogs 8-7. You are listening to Bowling Green Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
A lot of people have trouble filing their taxes. I wonder if I can help.
You can help people with low to moderate income file their taxes through the IRS's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, VITA, or Tax Counseling for the Elderly, TCE programs. As a volunteer, you'll learn how to prepare individual tax returns, and at the same time, you'll help taxpayers get tax credits and deductions they're entitled to. If you'd like to volunteer, go to irs.gov and type Tax Volunteer in the search field for more details.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. It's the bottom of the 7th. We just had Take Me Out to the Ball game. And a nice little breather before we get back into the action, as next up for Bowling Green, it is Alex Laird. He's had a little bit of a tough go of things, 3 straight strikeouts for Laird. Laird on a 1-0 count as he receives a ball there. A big swing and a miss there. Laird, like we mentioned just a second ago, he has those back-to-back-to-back strikeouts. If he were both the combination of Larry and Curley have yet to record hits today. Delivery a bit high, so that will turn the count to 2-1. Cloud coverage that Cade mentioned about 25 minutes ago, it's gone now. Got bright blue skies and a thin layer of clouds. That one bounces over to Duncan for ball number 3. Now Alex Laird has his first chance to get on first base today. He had that near hit by pitch that they ruled a strikeout because he leaned into the ball. But now he can actually make a first base appearance, and that will go as strike number 2. So the count goes full, pressure goes on, and Alex Laird, the redshirt freshman, looks to deliver. On the bump is still Knipe. Knipe so far today trying to work his first inning, and that is a 4th strikeout in the row as Laird goes down swinging.
I believe that's called a golden sombrero for baseball when you strike out 4 times.
Not the best badge of honor in the world, is it?
Yeah, definitely not.
So now Cooper McKenzie up. He's another Falcon who has yet to record a hit. He's walked twice and ground out in his last appearance. Looking to make some noise. Relatively in and out of the Falcon lineup. Missed a couple games due to injury. He'll dribble this one into the glove of Knipe. Flips it. Out number 2. So, Caden, you mentioned we haven't had a quick 1-2-3 in a while. This could be it, as Bowling Green are now down to their last 7 outs of the day.
Yeah, and this has been quick so far, this inning at least. Knock on wood as I say that.
A whole lot of offense, though. So much so
Yes.
I ran out of ink in my pen. So I got to get a new pen to keep scoring things here.
Mine's also running low on ink.
So ground out by McKenzie brings up Brock Amelung. Brock Amelung, he struck out looking, got a hit by pitch for an RBI, and he flew out in his last appearance. Has 1 hit so far on the season. Sits at an 0-1 count. Getting a quick little breather here. Stepping back in is Amelung. Knipe still on the bump. 0-1 count. The 0-1 delivery works its way outside to in, but it will be too far in to be called a strike, so it's going to be 1-1. So here we go again. The 1-1 count. Swung on. Grounded. Fielded by Sackett. Stepping on first. 1-2-3 down go the Falcons, but they still have the lead 8-7 in just a second. We will be back for the top of the 8th, where both teams are down to their final 6 outs. Don't go anywhere.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here at Stellar Field, I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. Down to the final 2 innings of this matchup. Been a very interesting one. Caden, you jinxed it at the beginning of the matchup. You said that Butler, not necessarily the best baseball team. Record shows that. Statistics show that. But their play today, it does not show that. They are battling with the Falcons, who sit at 4th in the MAC. 7-8 currently from a Bulldogs perspective. From a Falcon perspective, it's 8-7. What do the Bulldogs need to do in these final 2 innings to help pull off the upset here?
Well, it appears that they've calmed down their pitching, at least last inning, so there's one check. My second check is they need to score when they get on base, and they need to go back to doing that because, like we saw, Croc got on base very quickly last inning, and they couldn't make anything of it. So they need to go back to what they were doing in the middle innings, and that is scoring runners when they get them on.
Next up for Bowling Green, there's a new face on the mound. It is Titus Lotz for Bowling Green. Lotz, one of those players that you do actually see a good amount of the time in relief. Lotz so far this season, 6.95 ERA, 2.0 win-loss percentage, 22 total innings pitched, 29 hits for 21 runs, or 29 hits for 18 runs, 17 of those earned, 18 walks for 20 strikeouts, 5 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs, allows a .305 opponent batting percentage, which means that the day is done for Ty Roeder. Caden, do you mind?
Yep, I'll take us to Ty Roeder. Roeder just pitched 1 inning, tossed 13 pitches, allowed 1 hit, and he faced 4 batters.
First batter of the day for Lotz will be Drum. Drum gonna ground that one out. That one's hard hit over, fielded by Mo Tyson, center field. That one actually gets past Laird, and Drum will settle in at first base. So he got a double for an RBI, got caught stealing, trying to get to third. He flew out twice, got a hit by pitch. Now he's got a single.
Yeah, and there's good contact with the baseball there.
The right fielder, Jack Marachna.
It's important to get your leadoff man on. I mean, we saw that back in the first inning, how that worked out for them.
Next up, Jack Marachna. Marachna has a single, a double, a ground out, and he struck out swinging. He's going to look in this ball for strike number 1. Titus Lotz has a much closer strikeout to walk percentage, but he does have more strikeouts than he does walks. Facing up against Marachna. That one, big swing and a miss. Add that to your hack count, Caden. That's another. Advantageous 0-2 count for Lotz. Lotz, a freshman, red-shirted last year. Payoff pitch, and he got him looking and rung him up. That is going to be out number 1 of the inning. Now, the Bulldogs down to their final 5 outs. That brings up Barbero, a strong batter. He has 4 RBIs, a home run, and 2 singles with a single ground out. The delivery by Lotz, low and in the dirt. We're seeing a lot of movement here out of Drum, but he hasn't done anything yet.
We know he's a speedster as well.
So 1-0 count. That one a bit outside, or a bit inside, excuse me, by Lotz.
I mean, again, this is just another big spot. You want to get Drum over, at the very least, out of this at-bat.
2-0's the count, and now it's 2-1. Lotz puts that one right in the breadbasket to set the count at 2-1. Or dos y uno. Lotz delivers low, 3-1. Butler still have a very solid opportunity here with just 1 out. You've got a runner on. You just got to get 1 to tie things up and hope your pitchers can limit the Falcon offense. The delivery, Lotz, swung on, popped, over the heads, going for it, is right. Not going to get there in time, and that's going to put runners on second and first. The runner in scoring position is Drum. Runner on first, Barbero.
Yeah, just nice contact there to kind of get enough power under it so that it gets out of the infield, but not enough power that left field can get to it there in right. So just a little bloop.
A little interesting that I'm bringing this up now, as up to bat is Connor Sackett. But a little bit interesting that I'm bringing this up now, but it's going to be Tommy Townsend instead of Sackett. So we're going to have a bit of a switch here. Count stands at 0-1. Check swing, turned his entire body around there. Puts the count at 1-1. Runners on first and second. And now they're going to rule that he went. So it's going to be
very interesting.
Townsend going to drill that one. Double play, in play, the throw from Laird to Curlis. We'll get one out, but that will keep Townsend safe for a fielder's choice, which means that now we will have Connors up to bat, runners on the corners, and 2 outs.
Yeah, and Connors has had a pretty decent game offensively. He has 1 hit. And, I mean, again, now you need a hit. Obviously, you got the 2 outs. But, you know, you would have liked to at least get someone home with 1 out, because obviously it's more probably you get more runs if you score earlier.
Connors going to get hit on the head there, which will load the bases and send up Kroc.
That was David Ayers pinch hitting for Connors.
That was David Ayers pitch hitting for Connors. So that's his first appearance. Now that will send up Kroc, who's gotten a hit in every single appearance. If he gets a hit here right now, that would put Butler ahead by, that would put Butler in a tie for sure. Might even put him ahead by 1.
Yeah, I'd almost consider doing a mound visit here as well to try and figure out how you want to work.
And up to bat, it's not even going to be Kroc. It's going to be number 1. That is going to be 41. That is Jack Bello.
Pinch hitting for Kroc, number 41, Jack
That's interesting. Like you just mentioned, I mean, Kroc's had a very good day, hitting-wise. He's figured out BG pitching.
Pitch by Bello inside, ball number 1. Count sits at 1-0 with 2 outs. Big swing moment here by both teams. A little bit interesting, the switch made here by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Blake Beamer. That ball hit high, fielded, that fly out. Bulldogs threaten, but they're not able to walk away with anything, as we have several different pinch hitters. So now Bulldogs down to their final 3 outs. Bowling Green look to stack their lead. It's 8-7 here, bottom of the 8th. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to BGSU Baseball on Falcon Radio.
Did you know that pet stores obtain bearded dragons from a massive breeding warehouse in Xenia, where around 15,000 of these lizards are kept in row after row of barren plastic tubs? A whistleblower saw desperately thirsty dragons deprived of water and severely injured animals left to suffer without care. That same person also found dead dragons by the dozens. Always adopt, never buy animals, and don't shop at stores that sell them. Go to PETA.org to learn more.
My therapist had told me that I needed to go to AA meetings, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go because I didn't want to be an alcoholic. That was not what I wanted to grow up and be. I didn't want to go to AA, but I did, and it wasn't what I expected by any means. It was friendly. I could feel it. I mean, I could feel the happiness. It's really great.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. It's bottom of the 8th here. Bowling Green looking to add to their lead with the 6 outs they have left. Hopefully, if you're a Falcon fan, they'll only need 3, as it looks like Connor Penrod's going to come in to close. to end out the game. Bowling Green up 1. It's 8-7. And we have a new pitcher on the bump for the Bulldogs. That is going to be number 18, Justin Nornschmeyer.
Yep.
Let's look at his stats a little bit. Actually, let's close the book first on Knight.
For him, he tossed 1 1/3 innings, 17 pitches, 2 strikeouts, and 4 batters faced. That was one of the quickest innings of the game, that last inning that he did pitch. Then for Hornschmeyer, this season he has a 7.11 ERA. This is going to be his 8th appearance. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings thus far. He's allowed 6 hits, 7 runs, 5 of which were earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 7.
And we do have a slew of defensive changes. We mentioned all the pinch hitters that we had. Now we have Burgess in left field. Carr is going to be the shortstop. Ayers at third base, and like we mentioned, Nornschmeyer at pitcher. That's not what I meant to say, but you know what I mean. Pitching, I should say. So his first pitch is going to end up going low for ball number 1. The follow-up by Nornschmeyer, who is facing off against Garrett Sloan, will be strike number 1. Sloan does have a single today. He's also got a walk for an RBI and a strikeout. This is his 4th time facing a pitcher. Only 3rd plate appearance, technically, or 3rd at bat. Thinks about going, did not. 2-1 count. That was a close one. It looked like he just barely missed going around. So at the 2-1. Way outside by Nornschmeyer. 3-1.
Nice thing with the blue bat is it's very easy to spot if it went around or not. It contrasts with everything.
And now we have strike number 2 called, so the count goes full.
Chaz, what do you think is the best bat color to have?
Baby blue. It's beautiful. When I played baseball, I had a bright neon bat, though.
Nice.
I miss that thing every day. Neon yellow. It's beautiful. And that ball is going to be low and outside for ball number 4. That's going to be a walk for Garrett Sloan, his 2nd of the day, which brings us to the top of the order, Garrett Wright. Garrett Wright struck out, hit a solo homer, and has back-to-back hit-by pitches and has set the program record twice today. That's a good way to put it.
Left fielder Garrett Wright.
And he will sky this one high and right. Playing in was Mechanic, or Morocnik, excuse me. And if he plays that one just a little bit more to the right to begin with, he might have been able to make that play as that ball drifts into the bullpen. But
that ball really ran in on Wright as well. I'm surprised he got so much contact on it.
Hornschmeyer puts that one low for ball number 1. So it's a 1-1 count. The delivery low and in the dirt again, so the count goes to 2-1. Arm's still active in the bullpen for Butler. I don't think they're past making a change here. It was just an inning ago that we saw the 1-2-3. That one swung on, going fair. Garrett Wright is going to record a double. Stand-up double for Garrett Wright officially as he will help bring Garrett Sloan over to third base. Now runners in scoring position on third and second, as up comes Carter Motice coming off of a single in his last appearance.
Yeah, perfect placement with the hit there. Just went over that third base bag and rolled all the way to the wall. And talk about switching where you're hitting the ball at. I mean, like we mentioned earlier, the first foul off he had went to the complete opposite direction. Then he ended up getting that hit.
And now we are going to have yet another pitching change. So we'll be back with the numbers, the stats, everything you need in just a second when we get everything about this new pitcher. You're listening to BGSU Baseball here on Falcon Radio.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network. Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. And Bowling Green forcing yet another pitching change. That is pitching change not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. Technically pitching change 6, but the 7th pitcher we've seen today.
Yeah, that's just a lot of pitchers, and good thing they have that rest day tomorrow to travel, really on both sides.
And so now the pitcher in question being Brett Sherrard, the righty from Bloomfield, Indiana.
The center fielder, Carter Motice.
He's going to be facing off against Carter Motice. A little information here we've got about Sherrard. He is a 13.50 ERA pitcher, 0-1 win-loss, and that ball will be skied up by Motice. Still no outs, settling under it. In left field is Burgess. Burgess makes the throw to try and get the out, and it will be saved by Duncan, but not before 1 out is recorded. So Motice flies out. Gavin Gannon up next. He was intentionally walked in his last at-bat following a 1 RBI home run. Bowling Green still up 8-7 on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I like the move to not send Garrett Wright home there because that ball was way too shallow. And it was on the left side.
The delivery, big swing and a miss. Add that to the hackometer. That is strike number 1 for Gavin Gannon. Runners on the corners. Delivery by Sherrard is a bit low, 1-1. It's a rather unorthodox delivery here, Caden, as he slings in for ball number 2.
Yeah, it is, I would say. Whatever works for you, though.
That is true. Flips the arm up almost over his head as he bends down low. Yeah, he tucks it behind his back, swings it forward. That brings the count to 3-1.
It's kind of like a sidearm.
Yeah, it's not the full sidearm windup, though.
you ever wonder how the throwing comes about for pitchers? Like how their throwing dynamics come about?
I think it matters what coach you have. You know,
Yeah.
if you get too long in your development from a coach, you just kind of find a way that works, and it works the best. Gadon thought about that one, and he probably should have swung on it as it goes for strike number 2. So 3-2 count for the senior, one of the strongest men on the team, strongest batter for certain. I don't know if he'd win an arm wrestle against some of the pitchers, but that will be walk. That will be another walk, ball number 4, to send up Zach Horkey, as bases are now loaded with just one out. This is a dream opportunity for Bowling Green.
Yes, it is. I mean, their hottest hitter is up right now, and I mean, it's not the end of the world that you walked Ganun because, I mean, of how he's played as of late, and you don't want him to do a ton of damage, but then again, you know, now you have Horkey up with 1 out.
Then a big swing and a miss there by Horkey. Not technically swing and a miss as he got a piece of it, but able to get true contact on that one. So that will bring him at 0-1. This delivery in the zone as well. So he starts in a non-advantageous spot at 0-2. Settling back in again is Sherrard. This delivery low for ball number 1. So the count goes to 1-2 with 1 out. Bottom of the 8th here in Bowling Green at Stellar Field. The Falcons hold an 8-7 advantage. This delivery by Sherrard, too high. It goes to 2-2.
Yeah, those are back-to-back uncompetitive pitches, allowing Horkey to really get back into the count.
Sherrard taking his time, 9 seconds on the pitch clock. It goes down to 7, dribbles too low. Count went from 2 strikes, no balls, to a full count. This walk would bring in an RBI, and that would be a massive thing for Bowling Green. And a strikeout here would also be huge. That one skied high, back. Adjusting under it is Drum. The grab, good. Start the carousel. Players going to throw to second base, but that will end up scoring a run in the form of number 34 for Bowling Green. That was Zach Horkey making his way back.
Yeah, that was one of those where you knew right off the bat it was going to score at least 1 run.
I don't know why I said Zach Horkey. I saw him just hit the fly out. That was Garrett Slung.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a big difference between being up 1-2, especially in the closing inning. And it gives your closer more room to breathe.
Connor Penrod thrives in the closing scenario as Braden Curtis is up to bat. First pitch, big hack, no contact. Strike 1. Nearly caught someone sleeping there on the Falcons side. Yeah, nearly got Garrett right there. Delivery there, that one popped up foul and back. So another time we're going to see an 0-2 count with 2 outs. We saw with Horkey, he battled his way all the way in and then saw a pitch he liked and took it. But now Sherrard has the chance to shut this down here, try and get his team to crawl back from down 2. The delivery. Swing and a miss, and that will send us to the top of the 9th. It's do or die here for the Butler Bulldogs, who are down 2 runs to the Falcons of Bowling Green in Bowling Green, Ohio. When we come back, we are in for quite a finish, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere.
My life was going downhill fast. Everybody was on my case. Now, I kept hoping that life would change real soon. I knew drinking too much messed up my life. A friend suggested I check out AA. It worked. I found myself in an AA group. Finally, I've got my act together.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
Since the day I stopped drinking, my life has gotten better and better. I can't take any credit for it. It just seems that without alcohol, I think better, I'm more careful with money, I watch what I say, I don't get into trouble like I did when I was drinking. It's scary trying to walk through life alone, and today I have that very distinct feeling that I don't ever have to be alone again.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. We will have up for Butler, Carr, Duncan, and Solomon. They separate the Bulldogs from a Bowling Green victory as the Falcons currently hold a 9-7 advantage against Butler. I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. And Caden, what's the number one thing you've noticed about this game so far that has kept the Falcons ahead?
I think it's their pitching and the fact that it kind of has mellowed out the last few innings. I mean, they've been putting together good quality at-bats on the pitching side. They've been playing good defense, and when they do allow a player to get on base, they've been able to not allow anything to come from it for Butler, excuse me.
You're on the MAC mindset right
I was
there.
on the MAC mindset.
Buffalo, coincidentally, the only MAC team in any other sport that doesn't have a baseball team.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did. You guys told me when we were going to Youngstown.
That's right, yeah. There's 11 MAC baseball teams, and the one of the mainstays that's missing is wow, I made the mistake myself, is Buffalo. Bowling Green, I mean, this is a fact we mentioned, I feel like, on every broadcast. 2020, they ended up losing their program for a little bit, not like about a month during COVID. They got it back, and since then, this has been a dominant program, a strong one, built by head coach Kyle Halleck, Kent State University alumni, and first ever MAC Pitcher of the Year and MAC Coach of the Year award winner in the same lifespan. So, kind of unreal. First pitch here by Connor Penrod is on the outside, ball one, as he faces off against Carr. Bit of a reset here for Penrod. Settling in, setting his feet. Deep breath, delivery, swung on, high, back, foul. We'll do it again. It's a 1-1 count, no outs.
I think it's going to be big for Penrod to sit down Carr to start the inning. Give Butler no momentum.
Connor Penrod, single season record, 4 saves in a season. Falcons go-to closer, gets strike number 2 there on the off-speed that dips its way inside. Now we're going to see Sloan adjust, go over, fit in with Curlis. They're all going to jam in, so it's going to be Laird, Curlis, Laird, Sloan, Curlis, Gannon. Laird the only one on the side of second base to the left.
Yeah, something we don't see in the MLB anymore because they took it away. The overshift where you can have 3 players on one side. I would almost think about bunting it, though, up the left side because no one's there to cover. Now not with 2 strikes, but.
And big swing and a miss there by Carr. Sits him down like you predicted, Caden, and now Bowling Green just 2 outs away from a big victory here. This would be win 31 on the season.
A lot of wins.
The catcher, Gunnar Duncan.
Gunnar Duncan up to bat. He's got a walk, a bunt for an out, a strikeout, and a fly out. Delivery by Penrod. It's in there. Great job framing by Garrett Wright, strike number 1. In theory, Bowling Green 5 strikes away from the game. Penrod settles in again, sets his feet. Deep breath, delivery, just a bit high. That's going to be ball 1, so it's a 1-1 count. Wright tried to frame that one as well, unable to. Gunnar Duncan has yet to record a hit today. Swings on that one, fouls it way back, nearly hit his teammate there, Solomon. A.J. Solomon, the designated hitter, was in the circle, and, I mean, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Good thing most of the people with dogs went home. Who would have thought the day with most of the fly balls foul, it would be dog day. Delivery by Penrod, swung on, grounded, Gannon stops it. He gets the bag, and that is out number 2, Gavin Gannon. What a play! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness is right. I mean, that's one way to get an unassisted out. I mean, he dove to the ground to knock that down and then just trotted over to the bag. I don't know how he stopped that from getting by him.
I mean, you've got to have disregard for your body at that point.
Yeah.
Just diving, and I hope it hits any part of me so I could stop it. And luckily he got it in his glove, but, man, wow. What a note 10 this game on. One batter left, Solomon. Connor Penrod still on the mound. Solomon, one hit for a single, 3 flyouts, 1 strikeout. He gets strike 1. Connor Penrod right down the middle. Penrod eyeing his target. Bowling Green can smell it. Setting his feet. Delivery. Low. And that's going to go as ball 1. So it's a 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Butler, their last shred of hope lasts in number 3, Solomon, the senior. .316 average on the year. Has 1 hit today in his first plate appearance. Nothing since. This one, outside. Swung on, grounded, Gannon, the bag, the hero of this inning, Gavin Gannon. What a monstrous day for him. And just like that, Bowling Green tack on win number 31. What a game.
What a game indeed. I mean, the middle innings weren't the best for BG, but they were able to get through it, work through it, and get the victory. And this is a good thing for them as it builds positive momentum heading into the weekend series against Notre Dame starting in 2 days.
The win is going to be given to C.J. Bedreau for the game. And Connor Penrod will be given the save, just adding to the unreal record that he has so far this season. For Connor Penrod, he's going to go and just tack another save on his board, which sounds just fine, right? That is just unreal. That's save 12 on the year for Connor Penrod.
Yeah, he's just been absolutely phenomenal in this closer role. And, I mean, the best time to break a record is when it's your own record.
That's right. So, with that said, Garrett Wright also broke a record, too, with the hit-by pitches. Yep. We're going to be back in just a second where we'll break down this game a little bit more for the postgame. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Women's track and field travels to Athens to participate in the MAC Outdoor Championships, starting Thursday, May 15th and running through Saturday, May 17th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Holden Ruck will have the recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
BG Baseball plays their final game of the regular season against Northern Illinois on Saturday, May 17th at Stellar Field. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Did you know that pet stores obtain bearded dragons from a massive breeding warehouse in Xenia? where around 15,000 of these lizards are kept in row after row of barren plastic tubs. A whistleblower saw desperately thirsty dragons deprived of water and severely injured animals left to suffer without care. That same person also found dead dragons by the dozens. Always adopt, never buy animals, and don't shop at stores that sell them. Go to PETA.org to learn more.
Bowling Green Women's Track and Field heads up to Ann Arbor, Michigan to participate in the Len Paddock Open on Friday, May 9th. Check out Holden Ruck's recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Welcome back here to Stellar Field. Bowling Green pull off the 9-7 victory against the Butler Bulldogs. As always, I'm Chaz McNeil, joined by Caden Knapp. Caden, what stood out to you in this game?
Kind of like I had mentioned right before the break, just the fact that the Falcons were able to work through the woes that were the middle innings, and the fact they were able to stay on top of it, continue getting hits and doing a good job at scoring runs, and then holding down the Bulldogs on the defensive end. And I mean, some of those defensive plays near the end were just absolutely fantastic, especially by Gavin Gannon, the first baseman. I mean, just going all out to stop the baseball there and then make the unassisted out. And then following it up by getting yet another unassisted out to finish the game on a very, very positive note. And
a very strong day from him fielding. And I mean, you look at, we mentioned, that was kind of the themes that we had in the pregame, was the fact that injuries have bogged down this team a lot. Yep. Brady Birchmeyer, the primary first baseman, he's been banged up throughout the season. Now you bring in Gavin Gannon. He's been there for a while. He knows what he's doing. He's a senior on this team. His fielding was unreal. He had a solo home run. He was walked several times. He was even intentionally walked. He's got to be the player of the game.
Yes, I agree with that.
And with that said, that was a very strong punch delivered by Butler, but not enough for the Falcons as they take the win 9-7. And before we go, just a couple quick thank yous. I want to say thank you to everybody at BGSU Baseball at Stellar Field for letting us be able to talk to coaches, talk to players, and get this broadcast on the airwaves. I want to say thank you to Lucas Kleinmeyer and Tyler Kavelitz for being in charge of Falcon Media Sports Network, even though they're not my bosses anymore because I graduated. I want to say thank you to my broadcast partner, Caden Knapp, and of course, the most specialist of thank yous to Reese Patricus in the Colleen Center studios, pressing all the buttons, keeping us on air. Thank you, Reese. And with that said, I think that's going to send us into this good night. So have a phenomenal rest of your day. Don't forget to check in on BGSU Baseball on Saturday and Sunday against Notre Dame. Saturday will be in Notre Dame, and Sunday will be at home. So don't miss that right here on Falcon Radio and as well as WBGU 88.1 FM.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconmedia.com.